This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Boss Brewery. Boss Brewery is a bar and kitchen, and it's on Neath Road, and they serve all the beers that are brewed on site. They are open from Friday night to Sunday night, and you can also get down there for a 3-course Sunday lunch. On match days, there's only, it's a good atmosphere there, pre and post game. It's only 200 metres from the Liberty Stadium. We've got 2 home games coming up. We got Middlesbrough on Saturday and Stoke next Tuesday. So if you were down there and you were getting on the beers, because there's plenty of beers to choose down there, get yourself, tag yourself in it on Twitter or Instagram, or get a photo there, tag us in it, tag them in it, and let them know that we are doing a job for them. This week on the podcast, we've got Matty Bound, ex-Swans centre half, was with us for about 5 years. He's been doing some incredible fundraising, charity work for Maggie's cancer research in Swansea. He still lives in the city, and we're going to talk to him about that. He recently ran the Valencia Marathon. He also did a trek in the Arctic for charity, and we're going to get into why he decided to take up this sort of charity thing. As you may have seen on Twitter, especially if you're on Twitter, it went off a bit this last week with Leon Knight saying he'd be on the podcast. So I probably won't get a chance to talk about it too much tonight on the podcast. I'm doing this pre-podcast, right? I got it right for a change. But just so people know that may very well happen. I spoke to Leon Knight yesterday, and the only issue is like a location thing. So it looks like me and Paddy are having a road trip to meet Leon Knight to do the podcast. And as he said to me in a private message, let's break the internet. No, we just got to organise a date, because obviously me and Paddy are working 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. So we've got to try and work out a date where we can get to Leon Knight and we can sit down and just let him let loose on the Ambition is Critical podcast. But that's for later. For now, this is episode 69 of the Ambition is Critical podcast with Matty Bound.
Ambition is critical.
Starts, I guess.
Yeah.
So we jump straight in. You like that one, do you?
Yeah, go on.
Go on, I'll have that one. These are our sponsors last few weeks.
Fair play.
Yeah, so I think we've done all the beers in now. I'll have to ask you some more. We got
a few in last week,
yeah,
we done
yeah.
on a Friday.
Down the marina.
That no, it's got a bar, Copper Bar. This is the one up at the stadium.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I thought they had the one down by bike shop down the marina.
I was thinking of
What's down there?
what am I thinking?
It's a big red brick building, isn't it?
What part of the marina? Past the Marriott, isn't it?
Yes. Keep going down. You know where Coast Cafe is? Just
Yeah.
a bit further up from there.
Oh, I haven't seen
I
that.
haven't seen that one. By Galini's in it.
Yeah, a bit further on again now.
Right, I see. I got it. Yeah.
Oh, there we are. Let's get that
Get
done.
down there.
Yeah, I will definitely.
Well, we can't. We're not allowed now because of our Boss Brewery.
So far, Boundy's been in here 2 minutes. He's been insulted. No, Martin Lewis, the money saving expert, by my missus. My missus is a big fan of him because he's always on Good Morning Britain. So she's a big fan of Martin Lewis. Don't know who Boundy is. Could have fucking killed her. Boundy's the first man on LinkedIn to be on the podcast. Fair play. First proper businessman we've had.
Hey, what is LinkedIn? Seriously, I keep getting things thread on my emails, and I'm like, Ryan Primmer, you are on LinkedIn. I'm like, no, I'm fucking not.
Like a business website, is it, for everyone?
Yeah, it's just basically, it could be anyone really. Anyone who's looking for jobs, trying to recruit people, promote a business. It's just that kind of thing, really.
Like a social network
it's exactly
for entrepreneurs and business people. Like.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
I think people set up fake profiles too.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
someone set it up.
There's a lot of like.
What the fuck? I keep getting fucking messages. Well, this is episode 69 of the Ambition is Critical podcast with Matty Bound. It's a pleasure to have you, mate. Long time coming, because obviously you were doing lots of crazy stuff, which we'll get into now.
Oh, he's added to pin down the Madeline McCann, isn't he? Hard work, mate. This has been on the cards since about 43.
Yeah, it came about because I was just telling Paddy, because Paddy didn't even know. Because believe it or not, we don't actually go through a lot of the stuff about things come around. Donna said, you've done well to get Matt Bound on a podcast. I said, yeah, and I told him I would come on. I see Mickey Howard quite regularly.
Yeah, good lad.
Because his daughter and my son are the same age and they play football against each other now and again. So I saw Mickey just before Christmas and he said, I've been on the Boundy. I'm going to get him on a podcast with you. I was like, yeah, superb, Mick. Tell him to follow me. And then obviously we followed each other back and then the conversation started and obviously you were doing, was he doing Valencia Marathon then?
That was just before Christmas, yeah.
Right. And then obviously you were doing the Arctic Trek.
That's right.
And you said you could come on before, innit? But I was like, no, don't come on before the Arctic Trek. Wait until afterwards, So it'll always be when it's meant to be.
Fair dues to Mickey Howard, he's gone from bringing in Coatsy to Boundy. Coatsy does the Moniston Mile on the piss every Friday. Boundy's just done the fucking Arctic with the guy from Castlemaine. There's a hell of a fucking difference between the two.
Years ago, bro, Mickey. I was just thinking about that one today as it happens, because that sort of generation of footballers, yourself and that podcast was crazy, wasn't it? Because we ended up, Coatsy wasn't meant to be on. And then he was just part of it. And then John Williams turned up late.
I listened to that one actually.
And it was just mental. But it was great fun, wasn't it?
Brilliant.
You know what I mean? It was brilliant fun. And then you're from that same crowd,
Especially for us, because I'd say that era, 90s and all that, going into the 2000s, is it's legendary status in our eyes, isn't it? I'd say. You know what I mean? Forget the Premier League days, it is what it is. But they were the days when I'd say was proper Swans, wasn't it? You know what I mean? In my eyes, just growing up, and it was dare I say it was a bit of icon. I'd say Marty Bound was, wasn't he? In his anyway day, we might play it down a bit, but when we were in the fucking lower leagues, but it was proper football, the Vetch.
Yeah.
I think football was more relatable to the fans.
I agree with that too.
You know what I mean?
100%.
When you see what I saw the last couple of days with the Jordan Pickford thing. That didn't happen in our day with that.
Well, I mean, luckily in our day there were no camera phones.
Oh, of course,
you could pretty much do what you want.
Yeah.
And apart from a few phone calls back to the manager who'd say, oh, by the way, your lads have been doing this. And then you'd have to try and prove it. You could do anything you want.
Yeah.
As long as you turned up on time the next day, whether you stunk of booze or not, you just got on with your lives,
Yeah.
But nowadays it must be absolutely
crazy. Because I actually felt sorry for him.
I felt sorry for Pickford, I did. Have you seen it?
You've got a guy going in his face, just giving him loads of shit, and then the next video is him fighting with a girl in the back and saying, oh, this is disgusting. And I'm thinking, it's not a great deal. He seemed to brush off the butterfingers and thing, which I think if you were 30-year-old man calling someone butterfingers, who needs looking in the mirror, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But then he's supposed to have had to go on his missus, which to me, I think it could be a footballer, plumber, postman, taxi driver.
Lose your rag, isn't it?
That's by the by, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
It's hard though, isn't it? Because they're so famous now. Well, not even just Premier League footballers, Championship footballers, all the way down. They can't even just go out and have a pint.
No, you can't.
You can't.
It's ridiculous. I mean, every young bloke needs to go out and they need to
socialise.
Yeah.
But they are so famous now. As I said on the radio the other day, they're like film stars.
Yeah.
And they can't go anywhere without people following them around. Not necessarily paparazzi, but it's just people with phones. Because they want to catch them out. They want a story. They want to make themselves famous.
They want to put it on Twitter. They want 1,000 retweets and shit.
It's hard. It must be hard to deal with for these young lads because they're not worldly. They're not experienced, and they are going to react like any other human being. Aren't they? So,
really would.
I do feel sorry for them a bit because you've got to have a bit of fun.
Of course you have. Yeah.
These guys are
20-year-old man, especially with all the money and all the fame.
Yeah, I mean, when they're on 100 grand, 500 quid, they're under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, of course.
Just by being in the limelight. So you've got to be allowed to let off steam occasionally, haven't you?
Yeah. No, I thought it was out of order. When I heard about it, Pickford fighting, I thought, what's he been up to now, twat? You think away. And then when he watched the video, you go, fucking hell, I probably would have whacked the guy that called me butterfingers, you know what I mean?
Fairness in our day, it was one of them. Boundy, you're shit today. Do you want a pint?
Much better.
Yeah, I was shit. You're right, then I will have that pint.
Yeah, of course, Well,
like you said, we said this before, that sort of League 2 or Division 4, whatever way you see it, it was... The players were way more relatable because you were just doing a job really as such, a job that you loved. It wasn't now it's the millionaires after a couple of years in the game. Maybe they didn't even play first team. With you, it was right, I'm going to have to put my bollocks into this because I need to get that next contract to cover my mortgage on the house, and I want to stay at Swans and all this and that. It's like a bygone era.
Yeah.
Especially for us, I think if we saw. God forbid now, a rapid decline down the leagues, which may possibly happen.
Yeah, it could.
Fucking going. We get down to League Two and we start having to employ the players that are like down the lesser on the pay scale. You may find it more relatable, like, you know.
I think so. I think that's totally true. I mean, one thing it did do for all of us was it brought us all closer together.
Right,
Yeah.
Because it really, when you are scrapping and fighting and you're not handed everything on a plate like they are now, like basically have their asses white now, don't they?
Yeah.
But in those days, we'd turn up and we know where to train. So it's like, right, where are we training today? Down the beach.
Yeah.
Tides out, get down there.
Well, it wouldn't be letting you spur the moment. That's what you're training on.
Yeah, and then I think the one time we did have a training ground was where Amazon is now.
That's right, yeah.
And it was so bad, there were like massive holes in the pitches. I think might have been Chris O'Leary, one of those boys, actually broke their ankle. Damien Lacey up there, just falling down the holes.
Yeah.
It was nuts. Yeah. So Ashley Road we were at for a while.
Yeah.
But that used to keep getting cancelled because it was waterlogged all the time. So it was I wouldn't say it was a shambles. It was just the way.
That's the way it was.
I don't think it's shambles.
That would have
what it was.
It was exactly.
That would have
but
been.
if you looked at it from today's perspective, it looks like an utter shambles.
Yeah.
That would have been every club. That would have been every club at that level would have been having those same issues.
Well, I told you, if you watch that Johnny Owen documentary about the Forest, Clough was driving to a ground. They were driving to a ground on the team bus on like a Saturday. Got in early Saturday morning. Clough didn't want to take them to the stadium. The bus stopped on a roundabout, and they was all the Forest players. Bear in mind, these are European Cup winners. Are training on the fucking roundabout. You know what I mean? Imagine that. Like these are like Gary Birtles, Trevor Francis. Best players in the country, and they fucking training on a fucking Kumbulla roundabout. Having a pint in the gatehouse. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It is. It's a completely different game now, you know. And but you know, you look back, like you say, when I said, you know, when I put out there, you're coming on the podcast, the response was massive.
Yeah,
it's as big as anyone, because people of our age and older than us will go, oh, fuck, Matty Bone was governor for us. You know what I mean? They'll remember the things you did, you know, and obviously your partnership with. The first thing I thought of was partnership with Jason Smith. Because that's the first thing I thought of. I went, they were tremendous, proper old school centre half. So that's literally the first thing I thought of.
Did you not come after, you know, I might be wrong by a couple of years, but I'm sure him to come after another brilliant pairing of Keith Walker and Chopper Harris.
Yeah.
And they had a cult status as well. And I think you two come straight after them too, like, you know.
Keith was still there when I joined for a little while, and then he left. I played alongside, who did I play alongside with to start with? I think it was Keith for a few games, and then he left, and then Smudger obviously came in at the start of the following season. After Corky had been, I'm trying to think, was it John Hollins that signed him?
Well, it was Cork and then Hollins, wasn't it?
I remember Smudger turning up for pre-season because he was like the most focused man you've ever seen. He absolutely loved football, lived for football, and brilliant. Yeah. But we were just constantly trying to tuck him up and catch him out.
Giving him shit for being so focused and professional.
He had John Hollins' number on his phone, and I always remember we went out on the piss pre-season. One afternoon, we were all day, and he was getting louder and louder as he was having drinks. He didn't normally drink because he was so focused. So anyway, we've all kind of like gone quiet, phoned the gaffer, and just left it in the middle of the table. He didn't realise the gaffer was listening, and he was so loud and so pissed. We got him the next day, and the gaffer was just like, "You bastard!" So he was actually laughing. Smudger was like, brilliant. He just gave me a knocker a little bit. Knocker was there as always. He was an utter pest. But,
as always, that.
Yeah.
But that mob, it sounded like it looked like a good crack, like those boys. I think it was it around Jamie Harris's time.
Yes, he used to live opposite me actually.
That's right. I think it was mentioned Boundy's bar.
We did.
Oh, that's right. When Jamie was on.
The bar was class.
Really? So what's this, a bar in New Gaff, like, is it?
Yeah, I bought when I first moved down. Obviously, we were all in the Glevedon.
Yeah.
With Knocker and Charlie Outfield. Martin Thomas came in there.
What's this, in the hotel, is it?
Yeah, the B&B on.
Oh, right, What? It was just a full mob of Swans players,
it was good fun.
Fucking hell, I know that'd be fucking... That'd be like a reality show in itself. Fucking hell.
It was nuts. So we used to have breakfast, evening meal in there. And then again during the day we used to go out on the lash and what have you. It was good fun. But it was a crazy time where we all just really got good team spirit. You'd sort of go out for lunch. We used to go to Starving Jack's in town. I don't remember that. The little sandwich shop.
Listen, do we know Starving Jack's?
It's just there, actually.
It don't know what. It only shut down
recently, wasn't it?
Was it really?
Right?
That's the best
You
place
go
ever.
in there, Starving Jack's special. It's the only salad that I will go and sit down and eat, right? Because this fucking comes on a plate. And I know the girl worked there, but I can tell her say her name now because it's fucking shut now. Don't give a fuck. She used to fill my fucking plate, and my old man come with me once. He went, "That's a fucking heart attack on a plate." I said, "It's a salad, you twat. What do you want about? This is fucking great." Fucking loved Starving Jack's, brilliant.
Yeah, we used to go there and then it'd be right, okay, what are we doing now? Sneaky pint? Yeah. So you'd end up going for a pint and then before you knew it, you're on an all day.
Yeah, fuck yeah. on a Thursday afternoon.
I never used to do Thursday. No, we always used to do Saturday night.
Yeah.
If we didn't have a Tuesday game, Sunday, Monday, usually have a Tuesday off because Tuesdays were crap.
Right, of course, yeah.
And then out again Wednesday, rest Thursday, Friday, and then out again Sunday.
yeah. It sounds worse than the fucking seats.
You know what?
Fuck me.
It was a proper drinking culture. It was good fun, but in fairness, everyone used to train their nuts off.
Right,
Train hard, play hard.
Everyone was pulling their weight.
And it was good fun. It wasn't like every week, to be fair, but it kind of felt like that. The amount of hangovers we used to have.
But don't forget, mate, this is like, people who hear, like, I suppose youngsters who hear this now, when they say, "Oh, footballers shouldn't drink." But who think, in them days, maybe I'm going a little further back, Paul McGrath was like, he's a fucking registered alcoholic. And he's one of the best centre-halves in the fucking world.
He's never used to train all week.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Great player.
You know,
absolutely
and he's alcoholic.
Yeah.
You know, Brian Robson was supposed to be the fucking worst for the drinking culture.
Yeah.
So Fergie come in and got rid of everyone. The only one he kept was fucking Robson, wasn't it? But everyone else he got fucking rid of.
Yeah, he stopped it straight away.
Straight away.
Yeah. It's this with the modern day. I was listening to where was I listening to this before? And they were talking about, you know, these days, you know, when you see the modern players getting off the team bus, they've all got headphones on.
Agree.
Right?
Yeah.
And when they play on the pitch, a lot of teams, I'm not saying all teams, they don't seem to have another team spirit you're talking about, like live and die for each other. They may play well as a team because they're probably class, but they don't have that live and die spirit.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of it is because they're individuals on the bus, headphones on, sit there, playing on their phone.
Yeah.
They're not on the bus, all headphones off, fucking messing around. You know, like, you know, if any football team has ever been away at any level, you're on the back of the bus, you fucking fighting with antennas, pissing around, throwing stuff at the coach.
Well, this is the problem.
But then you know when you've got to focus.
You focus,
As soon as you get in the changing room, all that stops.
Yeah.
Right, you're focusing.
Yeah.
The game's coming. Right, what are we doing? How are we winning this game? Because our lot were the worst for pissing about. Especially Coates, imagine Coates.
Coates there setting his boobs on fire.
He set Smudger's feet on fire. Smudger fell asleep on the way back from Hartlepool. I think it was. Or possibly might have even been the Rotherham game actually. Smudger fell asleep and he's got like a hobo kind of, I don't know, what do you call them? Lord of the Rings, those kind of trog feet type.
Yeah. Bilbo Baggins style,
Claws like that. They're the most disgusting feet you've ever seen, and a few hairs on the top, obviously. So he fell asleep. Coatsy thought it'd be like quite funny to get some paper and
Coatsy was right.
It was funny.
Shove it between his toes as he did. Smudger didn't wake up. Next thing, match comes out, or a lighter lights him up.
Smudger's out for a month. Smudger's up Chepstow having his fucking toes go back
Coatsy up for 2 years when he catches him. That's a
all the lads are just imagine just rolling around, pissing themselves. The coach is down the front like, what's that smoke?
But he wouldn't have laughs like that if he was all listening to fucking drink and headphones. You know what I mean? That's the thing, as you said, he sort of live and die. Fucking hell, if you live in with fucking eating with mates in a fucking bed and breakfast, by Saturday, you fucking mates, isn't it? So if anyone gets into if everyone gets into fucking Mickey Howard, you've got to be in there back.
You retweeted it the other day. That fucking game, is it Scunthorpe where all the tackles go in? Down the Vetch.
Something like the ref didn't know where to look or something.
That, right? I saw that you retweeted it. Have you seen it before?
No.
Right, it's like like 90s football or something.
Oh, right, mate, like proper 90s football, right.
Have you seen all the tackles going in?
No,
Right?
I
There's like a big tackle in the middle of the park. The ref's there, and they're all pretty much, except for the last one, which he blows a free kick, they're all good challenges.
Right.
The minute knew it, perfectly fine, right? In the modern game, everyone's a sending off, right?
Yeah.
But they go in, like Swans player dives in, Scunthorpe player dives, I think it's Scunthorpe, dives in, and there's about 7 challenges on the trot, right? Down the Vetch, all flying in. And then the last one, someone nicks it away, and a Scunthorpe player cleans the Swans player off. Then there's proper handbags, right? It's class, it's absolutely brilliant. But that type of thing, the winning the challenges there, that's what you get from team spirit. Like, if you didn't care about the players, right, your mate had just been flattened by that, so I'm going in to flatten that guy that flattened him. You know what I mean? That's the mentality, isn't it?
But I think, when you're going back to the headphone thing where you're saying the players don't look like they got the camaraderie anymore.
Yeah.
You sense that on the pitch, because all of a sudden it looks like they don't care.
Yeah.
And even if they do, but they're so rigid in what they do, and that it doesn't, like last year at Swans when they were struggling to a few of the games, and the atmosphere was like really, really toxic.
Yeah.
And it looked like the players didn't care because they basically didn't have that team spirit. Or that's how it appeared. They probably did. Made
of course they care, of course.
Yeah, but I think the fans, that sort of thing, you can't create it. It kind of, it's there or it's not.
There was a time last year, and for the last 2 or 3 seasons, to be honest, not including this season, I'll take the season out, but where they were saying, like, you'd have the odd manager in the paper going, the fans need to get behind us. But the fans react to the way the players play on the pitch. Yeah, totally. So if the players are like, I went to the Stoke game, right, it was the year before last, and we played them off a park where we beat them 2-0, and from the first minute we went at them, and from the first minute the Swans fans were mental, right, full of it, sang all the way through the game. It was brilliant, it was the way it should be like. But I went to other games then where Swans started poorly, messed around, held it at the back, didn't create anything, didn't even look like they were trying, jibbed out the tackles and that. Well, the fans respond because of that. Yeah. Because of what they're seeing. If they were giving it everything, the fans will give it everything. So it's it works both ways, like, you know what I mean?
Totally. I mean, we still had that in our day. I mean, we all remember the good things, don't we? But there were still games where we were getting called all sorts and stuff. And we deserved it. But we hold your hands up and you go, we were shit.
I was thinking today, seeing the Tottenham Stadium, seeing that, and I was thinking, fuck, what's the best stadium like I've been to all, and the one that generally sticks in my head is the fucking Vetch. But like you said, you look back with those tinted spectacles, there was days down the Vetch when it was fucking dog shit. But what I can remember, I got some memories of going as a kid, everywhere I went, and like it started off in the North Bank, my father, and then I went up the top, stand behind the goal, which was the best view of fucking everything.
Only once I went up there on a Friday night and it was fucking freezing. I never went up there again. It was brutal.
And then he made me way back to the North Bank and you think, fuck, everywhere had a good atmosphere. Even when we was only having 3,000, 4,000, it was always an atmosphere there, no matter what, no matter who we played, no matter how low down it was. And you look at that stadium last night and it was like, fucking hell, that's how football has come.
It's impressive to look at that 17,000 seats in that stand. It looked really, really impressive.
The two things I think that will stand in a good stead is one, building it where the old stadium was, because then the fans still look at it as going to Tottenham. Unlike
West Ham.
Well, I don't know this. Cass Pennant had just got a new podcast up.
Right. Oh.
He started a podcast, Casual Chat with Cass. Right. Yeah, Bill Gardner on. We're thinking what man had a fight with in 73, right? But like he was talking about Upton Park or London Stadium, and everyone's going to say, he said, fucking hell, mate. He said, there's people that he said, I got a season ticket, there's a guy in front of me, eats popcorn watching football. He said, it goes through me. Well, of course, like West Ham had to travel totally out the area. Like, so, but with Spurs, he said, it's where the ground was, so it's still a club. And they've also done well, apparently, the way they designed it, stadiums go back now, don't they? You can feel a mile away. They've designed it upwards.
Well, that's the way.
And they reckon you are still on the pitch, and they've done a little canopy to keep the atmosphere in. No little things they are. I'm not saying that it's cost about 4 billion, but you know, things they are and things that make it.
It makes sense. You look at the Millennium Stadium. The Millennium Stadium's the same. It tears up like this, straight up. So you know, we've seen the rugby internationals. We've been there for the football with the
Great.
LDV and that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh,
That's where it should be.
class.
Right on the pitch.
Yeah.
Not a gap from the pitch to the stand
I
as such.
agree.
Right on the pitch and up. And if they've done, like I said, I didn't see the full Spurs stadium.
They look
just
great.
saw that behind
I gotta
the
be
goals.
honest, all week I was thinking, fuck, you know, Spurs haven't won nothing, but fuck me, you'd swear this. But then when I saw it last night, I thought, oh, I don't know what. I think they have got it just right. They do this.
right, yeah.
They look amazing, like, you know.
Good. So where did you started out at Southampton?
Yeah.
So were you there as a kid?
Yeah, I was just playing local football. I'm from Wiltshire originally. Just playing for the local team, and they had a scout. This was when I was 13, and I was actually made my debut for a man's team when I was 13 in the Hellenic League then.
Right.
Had the tash and all that. I was a little bit bigger than the rest of the kids. And this guy spotted me playing. He invited me along for a trial, which at the time was in Bath. That's the kind of area he covered. Went for a trial. Then got invited down to Southampton for a trial game. We played against Hertfordshire Schools. Kevin Phillips was playing centre forward for them.
Really?
He scored a hat trick.
I thought I was going to come up with this big story. He's in my pocket. No, fucking murdered
He
me.
scored a hat trick.
Walked up and shit my tash off.
I actually remember one of the goals. It was absolutely awesome. It was typical him. He just got it bang, straight top corner. He's just like
Great player,
pretty
right?
good
Was
for me.
class.
Great player.
What a player.
Yeah.
Anyway, played a few more games, and as they do, they sort of whittled down the
Yeah.
numbers, and then eventually signed schoolboy forms when I was 14 with Kev as well. And he actually signed him because they were looking at their team as well. And then they promptly converted him to a right back. Which was
Fuck
like the
off.
rest.
No
Brilliant,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I think I've done that happen a lot.
Yeah.
A good kid is a good kid. Like Cardigan was always middle of the park. But then obviously he just went further and further back and out wide.
Ashley Cole was a striker when he
Really?
yeah, at least a winger. Yeah, starting off.
But with
Yeah.
him, they signed him as a centre forward and immediately converted him to a right back. And he's like, well, what's the thinking in that?
They just think he was too small, or
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
He must have been a
But then to
size.
be a fullback, you need to have a little bit
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But anyway, that's by the by. But yeah, so I was down there for a couple of years, left over at 16 and moved down there as an apprentice.
Totally on your own.
Yep, £27.50
So you're in
a
digs
week.
then, was it?
Yeah, stayed with the family.
How do you find that?
It was good actually. They were really nice people. Funny enough, my mum and dad are still really good friends with them. Funny enough, the guy died recently,
Right.
but still really friendly with
Yeah.
the wife. And the family, just really nice people, and they made it easier because otherwise you just.
It's hard when you're a kid.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, because I was so naive at that age. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mixing with all these lads from the cities and stuff. I'm from a little market town.
Yeah.
They're talking all this city jive shit talk they're doing, and I'm going, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah.
No idea.
Well, Wiltshire's like a little, what's like a proper Middle England town, like, is it?
Oh yeah, where I was from, it's called Melksham.
Right.
It's about 12 miles outside Bath, which is the nearest big place, if you like. It's just a little market town. Probably about 10,000 people. It's grown a bit since then. It was just one of those nice places to grow up, you know.
Always fascinates me, like those Middle England towns that we was talking the other day. You know the year Man United got relegated. A lot of United fans in it, they reckon it was the best year of the supporting Man United life because they were going to these little towns and cities in Middle England where they've never played before, ransacking the fucking towns, shoplifting all the fucking jewellery stores, and then going back, and then the next year they went back up, but they reckoned all that year where they were going places where they've never been before.
Change the scenery, innit?
Oh, 100%, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I was down there then until I was 21, made my debut at 19, but then I was always on the fringe, so I was sort of obviously in the reserves all the time.
Where were they at this time? What league?
They were in the first division, which then I think it changed to the Premiership just before I left, or it may have been just after, I can't remember, but it was the first division.
So that would have been Latesse and Banani and all that.
Yeah, Shearer was there for a while, obviously
Really?
he came up through the ranks as well, he was a couple of years ahead of me. They had a really, really good squad.
Was Shearer must have been standing out as a kid then, I
Yeah,
imagine.
he was amazing. He was, even as like a 14, 15-year-old,
Really?
he was so strong. Once he had the ball in front of him, you're just thinking
Yeah.
of him. He's incredible. Just his bulk. He wasn't like a big bloke, but he was just so strong. He knew how to use his body, if you know what I mean.
Played very physical, Shearer, didn't he?
Yeah,
that was
very
his
physical.
game. That was his game. And he was very, very direct.
Did he bang an hat-trick for the Southampton debut, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I think it was against Arsenal, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had people like him. You had all the Wallaces were there.
No way,
yeah,
fucking
of course,
legends. Fucking hell.
Raymond used to kick the shit out of anything that moved.
Really?
Frank Benali was hard as
Yeah.
Who else was there? Russell Osman. I used
Yeah.
to think
Yeah.
What a player he was. He
Yeah,
was
great,
competent
yeah.
as a centre half. Great player. Nice
Greatest
player,
game was in the Great Escape to Victory
yeah,
game,
yeah.
where he marked the German Nazi centre forward up the game. Obviously, Pelé took all the fucking glory, typical, just before he done a Viagra.
Rocky
You know what I mean?
goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But yeah, they just had some amazing players down there at the time. It was just a really good time to be there. And I supported them as a kid as well.
It's a good learning experience through 16, looking at all fucking players like that in training. Like.
I'll be honest, because I supported them as a kid.
Oh, they were the team as well?
I was absolutely phenomenal.
Never.
I mean, for every birthday I'd either have a kit or a tracksuit.
Really?
Christmas would be then your wedding
Glenn
kit,
Cockrell would have been
That's
there,
it,
yeah.
Terry Erlock, he was down there. What's
Jimmy
his name?
Case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice bloke. Neil Ruddock was there. So
Right,
all
yeah.
these- They had actually the basis of an amazing team, but obviously they were selling clubs.
Yeah,
Of course, yeah.
That's the thing.
It's like the West Ham thing, isn't it?
The only
You
one
look
they
at that
didn't-
West Ham team they had, Ferdinand,
Exactly,
Paul,
yeah, yeah.
Lampard, fucking
The
hell.
only one they didn't sell is Latis, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I think they had the opportunity, he just didn't want it, because he was from Guernsey. By nature, he's very chilled out, and his wife was from Guernsey, so he just wanted to stay in Southampton, because he could just get on a flight back there whenever she was homesick.
Yeah.
They split up now, funnily enough, but
Should have gone
Could have
United.
got the idea.
he should have got to Chelsea.
Yeah. Everyone gives him stick on Twitter for not winning things, right? But I think, fuck, is there anything wrong with doing what he did? You know, that's a fucking...
The goals he used to score were absolutely awesome. Just
incredible.
like looking at him, he had no body tone about him. He was a little bit chubby, you know, because he used to live on basic burgers and coke.
Really?
Yeah. He never had any sort of healthy food.
Never.
But he just used to ghost past people and they couldn't get near him.
No.
Just incredible balance and just his finishing. You stick him in front of goal, it's just...
Well, I remember watching, it was one Christmas time, and they had that 100 not out, you know, they do the 100 not out, the Premier League 100
Oh,
not out.
yeah,
All
yeah,
players
yeah.
have scored 100
Yeah.
goals. So there's Ian Wright's got one, Shearer's
Didn't
got
it say
one.
100 goals?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So-
I think he was, when the first division of the Premiership, he was the most consistent scorer. I think he went like 5 seasons on the trot scoring over 20 goals or something like that.
Yeah. Fuck it
But
up.
when I said, I watched it with my kids, I said, have a look at some of these goals now. And then he's just launching them in against Newcastle. I think he launches one in from about 35 yards, Blackburn, and you just, my kids are like, oh my God, how can that get you? Because he doesn't look like a footballer really. You know, and he doesn't move like a footballer. He's weaving through players in slow motion. He's got
that's what it looks
those
like.
players.
Just
like
sort of ghosts past people. And they just
It was amazing how, when at the last game was St. It would have been the Dell, sorry,
Dell,
wasn't it?
yeah.
And it was his last game as well. And he came off the bench and scored the winner. Sometimes just fucking written in the stars. And you just think, that's the way it was meant to be. Like,
I didn't watch that thing. You know that Harry Redknapp thing, Harry's Heroes?
That was good actually.
I fell asleep,
Yeah, it was
right?
good.
But they reckon a test loss of like 3 stone or something.
yeah, he
right?
took it seriously.
He took it dead
Ruddock
serious.
didn't give a fuck.
No.
Well, they said he'd lost 5 stone before he went in there.
Ooh,
Ruddock.
really? Fucking massive.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
We met Ruddock a few years ago, right? He done a gentleman's evening at the Fords Club. And he was a lovely bloke, like, and I went over to talk to him, like, and I said, Ray said, do you mind if I have a photo? No, come here, pal. Now, what, I'm 5'11", and not much to look at, like, but I'm not exactly tiny either. The photo that's taken, he is absolutely gigantic.
Right,
honest to God.
Yeah, he's a big lad.
I'm like a little boy under his arm, like, you know what I mean? He is absolutely, you can't gauge how big he is.
I tell you, when he tackled you, you were tackled.
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
That's
the thing.
Some
see-
people tackle you and they win the ball. Didn't really hurt or nothing. And Chris O'Leary was like this actually.
Really?
Yeah, he could tackle. But if he tackled you, you're like,
Yeah.
even
But it's
training-
things, you're looking at him now as this big fat fucker on campaign, will take it away and all that, as a joke figure. I mean, he played for Liverpool, like.
Yeah.
Fucking Andy Cole's 2 legs and had both ankles in one tackle. You know, he was no joke, was he? Good fucking player, like, you know.
He just got into drinking, same thing, drinking culture.
Yeah.
But he carried it on after
He had
he
extreme
finished,
drinking
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
That's what he said that night in our gentleman's evening. Him and Julian Dix were on it constantly. Weren't they?
That's right,
They were at Liverpool and West Ham together, weren't they? Like proper on it.
Probably look at himself, he was fucking better Nick than I'd ever be now. I suppose you have got I've got to be a little bit wary. If you're playing football training every fucking day, if you don't do anything after football, you've got a balloon in it. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? I think most footballers seem to look after themselves now, but I think you've got to win it, really.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, there's so much more education around nowadays in terms of people more aware of what's good and what's bad. And I think when you're playing football, it's easy to go out and have a beer because you know you're training the next day. Whereas when you're in the real world and you've got to go to a proper job, you can't go in pissed or without hangover. So unless you sort yourself out, you're going to be
yeah.
So I think that's the mindset's kind of changed.
I never thought of that because it's like, as you said, it goes on a piss. Like, you let me go the next day and sweating it out, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I never really thought about it like, I'm fucking kick about that, you know? Fucking hell. Yeah, it is right. When we say living the dream, it is fucking living the dream.
On the piss or playing football.
Yeah.
It's like we were doing it for free.
Yeah, we were doing it for the Saints. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking hell, this is it. The worst thing that happened on Sunday League team was that our mate's father took over the local pub. Because we went from winning title after title.
We went through the divisions.
Went through all the divisions. But then our mate Colin Green took the pub over. Mate, if you left before 6 in the morning, you banned him for a week. No. So you'd be going straight to football on a Sunday morning. I would know what all the other team would have, like 2 big cases of Volvic. We were all drinking Bacardi Breezer at half time, were we? In fact, we thought that was like Fanta, we. That was our Lucas in sport at the time.
You didn't even have to go home to get a kit bag because it was still there from the Saturday.
Yeah.
Everyone just put their kit bag behind the bar, and then you were in the Bryn until literally you were getting picked up. Went, right, oh shit, we got to be up Honeymine Park. Grab your bag from behind the bar, still dressed from the day before football.
That's
about the pub.
Everyone's up Honeymine Park in Eve Salon.
Yeah, but I was getting sent off every Sunday. Oh, well, yeah. Fucking scrapping all sorts. And then I bust my leg. That's because I was pissed all night down in the pub. Flying into a tackle and broke my leg within a divot. So it was like, yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good for a
you weren't Addy's heroes.
No,
I can tell you right now.
That would have made a good documentary.
Yeah. If there was only camera phones in them days, fucking hell, I think we'd all be locked up now. But so obviously it comes a point then in your Southampton career where you go in, I got to move on, like.
Yeah, in those days it was very much. It was kind of fed into your brain that you go down to work your way back up again.
Yeah.
You're better off playing first team football, but somewhere else. So Alan Ball came in. Chris Nichol gave me my first contract. He was a top guy as well, actually a little bit odd, but a really good bloke. And again, brilliant centre half. So he was a good kind of role model as well. But then Alan Ball came in. We had Ian Brunford first and then Alan Ball. And he was, I know everyone talks really highly of him because he's a World Cup winner and all that.
Of course, yeah.
As a manager, he was a bastard.
I heard that. Like,
very vindictive.
Really?
Particularly to the young lads, which we were.
Never.
Yeah.
And because you look at him with this little ginger kid with his socks rolled down his ankles in a cup final.
You shouldn't talk badly of the dead and all that sort of stuff, but he was not the nicest man in the world, to put it that way. So I put in a transfer request and we don't really want you to go, etc., the usual stuff.
Yeah.
But Stockport came down and watched me. We played against Crystal Palace in the reserves, and they had Andy Priest up front and another one of their players, I can't remember who it was. But anyway, had a good game.
Yeah.
Next day they literally put a bid in and I went up there and signed for them. And then that was like the next chapter, if you like. So,
you enjoy this Stockport though? Because it's a change then, isn't it? Because, you're up north then instead of being down south.
do you know what? I thought I was kind of grown up a bit by then because I was about 20 at this point. It was just before my 21st birthday, and then I went up and moved up to Manchester. Oh my god, that was a whole
that's right.
It proper sucked me in and spat me out big time. Was not ready for it at all.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. I went up there. I basically signed for them. They stuck me in a hotel.
Fucking one bread Riol, was it?
No.
Fucking hell. Well, I tell you what, that would be my dream move. If they moved me a bread Riol.
I bought a house about 200 yards from there.
No, Boundy, you lucky you didn't know I said. We'd be out for breakfast every Saturday morning.
I used to have breakfast in there. But, so I went up there and they just stuck me in this hotel for about 6 months, and it was horrendous. It was, not the actual football side of it, but just there was no life because I didn't know anyone up there. So literally, and again, it was before mobile phones. So I'd go training. I didn't even know they had a gym actually. I didn't even think of asking because the facilities were so bad.
Right.
But there was like a local sports centre we could have used. But I used to go back and you'd have like I think it was a £20 budget each day for food and drink and stuff. And they had a Fatty Arbuckles there, which is one of those old pizza places. And they were doing, I think it was buy one large pizza, get one free. So every night I was having 2 pizzas for 2.
Right, yeah. Just looking for a friend to share a pizza.
So my weight quickly,
Right, yeah.
like this, and then I was having a couple of pints every night in a hotel.
You started calling me Razor.
I was putting the kit on, and it was getting tighter and tighter. So it's like, what the hell? Because obviously, when you don't actually notice, do you? When you're just doing it yourself, but everyone else is looking at you going, what are you doing in the hotel every night? Just like troughing. But so I went mentally, I don't think I was quite ready for it.
Yeah.
And then eventually bought a house up there, got a bit more settled. And I was just drinking a lot, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we drink a lot of Swansea up there.
Yeah.
It was just constant, out in Manchester every single night, practically. I was in the team at the time, and then it was odd actually because Danny Bagara was the manager.
Right, yeah. He was a Stockport legend. Yeah.
Again, top bloke.
Yeah.
He was a pisshead.
Really?
He used to have the drinks bottles with the whiskey in and stuff.
And he's the gaffer. But again, sounds like a fucking saint.
But amazing guy, proper, really quirky character, a little bit nutty.
Yeah.
But a good manager and stuff. So again, the team spirit up there was pretty good because they'd been successful. You know, they'd won the LDV, was it called, or won all the games, was it? Yeah. They'd been to a few finals, that sort of stuff. So they were on a high, good fan base as well. But it just we got to about 5 games from the end of the season, and we were down at Plymouth away. And I remember Danny Bagara pulling me before the game. Boundy, I'm happy with what you've done. That'll do you now, son, until next season. So I'm like, what do you mean? He said, you don't need to play again for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He said, yeah, it's fine. He said, just go in the stand, you can stand with our supporters tonight and watch the game. I'm like, I don't fucking want to do that.
Yeah, you want to play?
I want to play. I've just travelled away from Manchester. So that was the end of my season. So
why did he give a reason for it?
No, he just said, I've seen enough, you've done well. You know, put your feet up now, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is odd, I've never experienced
Of course it
this.
is,
Strange,
So obviously I just went on piss. A few of the other lads. Eventually I split up with my missus at the time, and I bought a little flat in Manchester, which was, as it turns out, again being naive, the roughest part of Manchester. Not my side now, Blakely. So
What was it, where to?
Blakely.
Right, yeah.
Which is over near Middleton, and Collyhurst, which is, bear in mind I come from Melksham, which is a little town in Wiltshire.
From fucking ball game.
So literally cars being burnt out on the drive and
Yeah.
stuff like that every night.
Right.
Like you'd lay in bed, you'd see a big bang, and you'd be like, what's that tonight? It's like, I can't believe I bought this.
Yeah,
What am
yeah.
I doing here? Like, how have I ended up here?
Didn't do the market research.
No.
You'd kill yourself now, wouldn't you? What's happening?
If you saw that estate agent, you'd give him a slap.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually think back, and it was like £99 and move in. And it's like, right, okay, well I can keep the house, the missus can stay there for the time being until we sell it. I can just move in there.
Yeah.
Pay £99 and move in, which is basically what I did. And it's like, now I know why it was.
Why was it?
Yeah. Don't forget, these are the days before, like now, there's new blocks of flats up everywhere, innit? Especially in Swansea, fucking hell. Like now would be in Altamar, South Key, you know, the Tower. Them type of buildings didn't exist back then, did they? You know, it wasn't such thing as fucking big posh new flats.
Oh, no, there was no Google where you can do your research.
No, of course,
Literally,
It was either a hotel, wasn't it? Or do that what you did.
So I bought that, stayed there for a couple of years, and that was when my career went like that.
Really?
I got injured. I was out for about a year. It's the only sort of injury period I've had in my
What injury
in
you
my
had?
career. Well, I had a screw in my foot, which just wouldn't heal, and so I was trying to come back. You go again.
Yeah.
A couple of operations. Then I had a double hernia. One went first, then the other one. So I lost about pretty much a whole season actually.
Right.
Which must kill you, mind, as a
It
professional.
was. I was really. You know, you talk about mental illness and that sort of stuff. Not just saying it because it's topical, but I was really down. Really down because I was drinking more and more, thinking I was enjoying it, and actually I wasn't.
Well, at the time, it wasn't such a thing as sort of mental health. Like,
Oh, no,
yeah,
it
he was probably just
wasn't
thinking,
as,
probably didn't even really know, he just felt down probably.
Yeah.
Now, thank fuck, you probably have a little bit of help if you seek it now.
No, totally,
But at the
totally.
time then, he probably scared to tell his teammates because they fucking wrecked you, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
of course.
They
Yeah.
absolutely sawed you.
Yeah.
I remember the lowest point came actually, we played against Chesterfield, cup game. Kevin Davis was up front.
Really?
And I got tackled and got sent off.
Right, yeah. Fuck off, Kev, you got
We lost one now, we scored the penalty, but I still say to this day I got the ball. I was like the angriest man coming off the pitch. I actually just burst into tears coming off the pitch. And that was where I hit an all-time low. I was literally just, it was in the second half, just sat in the changing room, bawling my eyes out, and the kit man's there going, oh shit, what do I do here? I don't know.
Yeah, I bet, yeah.
And after the game, the gaffer called me, and it was Dave Jones at the time, because Danny Bigard moved on at this point.
Cardiff City, Dave Jones, like,
And he's sitting there and he's trying to talk to me, and I'm literally just like this, just beside myself. And that was kind of like as low as I went.
Right.
And then from that point forward, it was almost like everything's come out. Right, I can move on with my life now.
Go again,
It was
start
almost
again.
like a reset.
Yeah.
But it was dark times. Really dark times.
I suppose it wouldn't help if you wanted Todd, mate.
yeah.
that was part of
I
it.
think that's like,
it's all part of it.
when you were a young kid, like say, I'm Swansea mad. I love Swansea to the point that's ridiculous. Even the bad parts of Swansea, you know, I know. I could never imagine living anywhere else, as mad as it sounds. My missus wouldn't even be fucking put on. She wouldn't even go to St Thomas. She had bought a house in St Thomas. She was fucking homesick. She was back and forth every day. Her father would drive past the window and give her 3 beeps, right? So like, I could never imagine moving out to Swansea, but imagine being a 20-year-old, mid-20s on your own.
And this is a day with no social media,
Oh.
so you can't keep in contact,
Yeah.
apart from picking up the phone.
And it was the isolation of it. So I used to go out drinking just to try and be in a
around
social
people.
environment, basically. And you don't realise it, but it's actually dragging
Of course
you
it
down.
is, yeah.
But it was good because I came out of it, and then there's a few other things went on. Dave Jones put me back in the team because Jim Gannon broke his leg. I had a really good run in the team. Then got injured again. He then moved on to, did he go to Wolves, I think?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Gary Megson came in anyway, and he had his own players that he brought in. He didn't play me, although I got on really well with him. I really like Gary Megson, and we bumped into each other a couple of times since. He's a top bloke.
Always remembered he put his application form in for the Swans.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the letter, like, getting on about it.
When was it?
I think it would have been before Rodgers went in.
Was it,
If you remember, he done well at West Brom, didn't he?
Yeah, I remember.
So stock was quite high,
I know
like,
you say it, but I haven't thought
He
about
was
that.
at Chef Wednesday for a while as well, wasn't he?
That's right, yeah.
But he was old school. He was like, you get yourself fit first, and then we'll worry about the football.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind that because I used to love running. It was great. Not fast, obviously, but but then obviously I was playing in the reserves every week, and then the Swansea thing came along.
So who was it assigned to? Was it Corby?
Mickey Adams was the first
Mickey
interest because obviously I was with Mickey at Southampton.
Right.
And when he was here for that week that he was here as manager, he made an approach straight
Yeah.
away. Obviously he then left.
It is funny how he must have you in his mind from all them
Because
years
where
ago.
Mickey Adams been before? Because he'd done well.
Port
hadn't he?
Vale, I think it was.
Right.
He tried to sign me when he was at Port Vale.
Right.
I think it was Port Vale.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, it was. He'd been somewhere else anyway, and it didn't happen. And then he just followed up the inquiry when he came down here. So then Corky obviously took the job because he used to go everywhere with Corky. Mickey left, Corky stayed.
Had Mickey signed you?
No, Corky.
I was going to say, because that'd be a worry for him if he'd signed you and then...
No, Corky basically came up the week after and watched me in a reserve game. And then he came back, and then the week after I was literally just about to walk on the pitch at Rochdale, reserves, and the gaffer's come out and he's gone, oh Boundy, come here a minute. He said, you can either play tonight or you can go down to Swansea. So I was like, I'm getting changed, I'm off to Swansea. So got a shower, jumped in my feet at punt down, and down I came. So and then next day I signed. And
Did you know much?
Ian Bramford was actually the guy that did the contract and everything.
Did you know much about? Because obviously we've in the past people that think Swansea's like a million miles away. Did you know much about Swansea previous to coming here?
No, I didn't actually. I knew obviously I knew Andy Cook, who'd been here for a while
Right.
before me, because he was at Southampton with me when I was growing up. He was a good lad, Cookie, actually. All I knew was Port Talbot was the first thing you see, and you kind of relate that to Swansea.
Yeah, of course,
so, I didn't know much at all, I'll be honest.
As an outsider, from where he was from, no links to Swansea at all. When you get that call, do you think Swansea, big club, shit all, just go there because it's their first team football? What do you think, Ellen?
No, I actually wanted to come down.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, partly because one of the reasons was it was closer to my family. It was only 2 hours instead of like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So being detached from them for those sort of 4 years.
Yeah, of course, Bath or something like that.
I realised how that had actually affected me. So that was one thing that drew me back straight away. Just living by the coast was another thing. But also part of I did know a little bit about obviously the history of Swans and the Toshak era and all that kind of stuff. And I'd obviously played it with Vetch a few times for other teams.
Of course it would have, yeah.
So the atmosphere and there's all those bits and pieces as well that came into it. But it was in one aspect it was an escape from Stockport, which I was just dying to leave. Although I liked the club and the people up there, but the football and my life was wrong. So coming down to Swansea was like fresh start. It's miles away from that life.
Yeah.
Let's go again, kind of thing.
Dare I say it? Changed your life?
Yeah,
Would you
totally.
say?
Totally 100% changed my life. Still drank too much.
Yeah, I heard that.
So in terms of the football side of it, football was brilliant. Loads of ups and downs off the pitch and all that. But I met my wife while I was down here. While I was living in, I think it's when I was actually in the hotel. Actually, I had nothing to do, so I just used to pop in the bank each day, and she was working in there, and one thing led to another. Meeting in Yates's and having a beer.
No way. Treated her to a blob.
She was drinking Stella's.
Fucking hell, top Swansea girl, yeah. She might have worked in a bank, but she won't posh.
I'll tell you the rest of that story later.
That's
another story.
Isn't it really,
Yeah, she'll be devastated as well. But came down here and it's been brilliant. Obviously, apart from the bit where we left in the end, but came back in 2006. We've got a home here, kids are here, and we're just really happy. Love it here.
Was that always the plan to come back to Swansea?
I suppose it was. Yeah, we kept our house here even after we'd left. We kept the house. Claire's parents are from here.
Right.
She's obviously born and bred here, so I knew she would always have a draw back.
Yeah.
Before I retired from footy, we were living in Bournemouth, which we had a nice life down there.
I bet, yeah.
Bournemouth's not a bad place.
Bournemouth's lovely.
Paddy won't remember it. He was fall down drunk the fucking whole time.
Most drunkest I've ever been in a
It's a good
football
night out,
game.
Bournemouth.
Couldn't tell you. I had a great morning, but up until 11 o'clock we was drinking Grey Goose by Port Talbot. I was fucking bullet. I was in hell of a mess, genuinely. How they let me into the ground, I'll never know. Fucking hell of a mess, wasn't it? Bad day.
It was a bad day in the office.
Yeah.
But it is something, like you say, now coming down. And it's something, as people who were born and bred in Swansea, we take for granted that we live by the coast. And I only started realising it, like I'm a taxi driver, right? So, like I pick people up in the taxi, they're from Birmingham, different students, they're from Birmingham, they're from Leicester, they're from Manchester, wherever. And they're going, oh, do you know what? The sun's out, they're going, I love being in uni here. I can just cross that bridge there and I'm on the beach.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah. Back then, when I first started here, and it was no big fuss to me because we lived here all our lives. And it's only now, as I'm getting older, that I'm appreciating everything a lot more because I know that these people, they treat it like they're on holiday, like they're down here in uni, and it is something about living by the coast now. When I'm driving down. I pick up a fare and it's going to Mumble, say, and the tide's in, the sun's out, and I'm driving down.
That little stretch there.
And just going from Blackpill, you go past the trees, and then it opens up and you can see it all the way around to the pier, and you just go, wow, it's fucking amazing the place we live.
Well, it's funny, my wife says it to the kids all the time, and that exact shot, with the tides in, she's kids are so lucky to live here, aren't we? Shut up, Mum, you say that every day.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, we do. There's a lot of Instagram posts, we're so lucky to live here, you know what I mean?
I was out running the other day, and my boy was training on a Tuesday night in Townhill, in the church in Townhill. He's doing fitness training. So while he was training, I decided to go for a run, right? So I ran, and I'm from Mount Pleasant, so I'm from halfway up the hill. So I was running around Town Hill, and I've never run around Town Hill before, even though I'm from up here, like, you know. So I ran along Pantycelyn, right? And I was saying to myself, I'm nearly 40, and I've never walked down Pantycelyn before, never like run. And I must have driven down there 50,000 times, like. And I was running down there, and I was just looking, I was like, awestruck by how beautiful it was, like, you know, just looking out, it was amazing, even to the point, and I never do this, like, I'm running, I stopped just to take a photo of where I was, and I was like, fucking hell, you know, and I just carried on running, and I said, you know, how lucky are we, like, you know, how lucky are we, and now, like I say, I'm appreciating it more now,
but it's typical old man. Swansea Council must have been just as fucking mad back in the 1800s as they are now, making bendy buses and shit. In the 1800s, what do they do on the best views of Swansea? Right. Let's build a fucking council estate on it. Right bang on top of that fucking hill. Do you know what I mean? That's total typical Swansea Council fucking bendy bus idea.
And anyone with any sense, like, they're buying their council houses for 30 grand, and now they've got the best view in the town. They can sell them for whatever they want. You know what I mean?
Incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely amazing. And the Canada Parade's very underrated.
Unbelievable.
People always say, oh, go up Pantycelyn if you want to see a view. But if you go over the Canada Parade as well, which is on the opposite side in Mayo, it's beautiful, like, you know. Like I say, we are very pro Swansea, like, you know what I mean? And like I say, I can understand for yourself coming down here, why you would go, wow, yeah, it is quite nice here, like, you know.
It's nuts, because like, since I've lived down here and obviously doing what I do now, which is obviously tourism.
We get it.
It actually makes me really proud to promote the area. And we get, like, obviously the visitors come and see us, pick up the keys, go off, have their sort of week's holiday, whatever it might be, drop the keys off, and they're like, you know, we normally go to Cornwall or Devon. We're definitely coming back here. It's beautiful.
Really?
We've got all these beaches that are still empty. It's not commercialised, you know. They just love it, absolutely love
it. As we're
talking
about
it gives you like a real buzz from it.
What's it called? Gower Getaways, is that the name of the...
we actually we're home from home.
Right, I see.
Gower Getaways used to be our competitor.
Right.
We bought them in the end. They
basically
had enough, and they were like, oh, we want to get out of this, do you want to buy us?
Yeah.
We did, it just made sense.
Yeah.
So it's just home from home now.
Right, I see, Because there's a lot of people probably won't realise, when it just goes about your day-to-day living in Swansea, they're going to work, coming home and tea, you probably wouldn't even realise that it is a massive tourism industry for Swansea, innit? You know, like, people probably don't realise how many people actually come down.
Especially in the Gower. So I suppose are you mostly in the Gower?
Well, we've got, so I'm not doing a pitch for the business or
anything. This is why you're here.
I mean, we look after sort of 200, currently got about 240 properties.
200? Does it work like an Airbnb sort of thing, or these places just get away?
It's kind of like Airbnb, it's slightly different in that they're better managed in terms of we do all the management and depending on who the owner is, because they're all obviously individually owned, so they're spread around Gower, Mumbles, Swansea Bay, the Marina.
200 properties, fucking hell.
So we do a mixture depending on where the owner lives. Some of the owners do their own cleaning and stuff, but generally we do most of the cleaning, the linen, turnarounds, bit of gardening, window cleaning if the owner wants it, as well as doing all the advertising, marketing, collecting all the money, communication with the guests. So it's a proper full-time job, but it's just a great job. You know? It's just nice dealing with people on their holidays.
I was going to say, it must be amazing seeing people coming on their holidays. You know, they're in a great mood, so it probably makes you in a good mood as well.
It does. You get the other end of it as well, though.
Sometimes, But it's something you built obviously from the ground up, isn't it?
We were quite lucky. We bought it. It was already a going concern. It's been going since '72, and it was just a chance meeting actually. I was playing I'd signed for Eastleigh after I'd done at Weymouth a couple of years, and I went to Weymouth actually because I wanted to go part time, so I wanted to go back to college and do a few courses and stuff, and finished at Weymouth because they were full time, and we just got promoted up into the conference, and I'd had enough of sitting on a bus basically. So I signed for Eastleigh. I was only there a couple of months, and we had a phone call from my wife's dad. He said, well, you know, you said you quite fancy getting into property. I always wanted to do something with property. Didn't know what, but I was actually training to be a financial advisor at the time. So I'd done a few of the exams. And he just said, look, there's a company, Home from Home, that I know the owner, Miles, his name was. He's thinking of selling. He's had a guts full of dealing with the public. He's been doing it for 16 years. Would you be interested? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And it was a sealed bid, and we won, and we just literally fell into it. So retired at that exact moment. We moved back, and then we've been there ever since, which was 2006.
Crazy, isn't it?
It was first 2 years were a learning curve like that.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Going straight from football to an office environment.
Yeah.
There's you still take the changing room banter into.
Some couple from Devon. Boundy turns up shit on the living room floor just for a laugh, like.
But it was more because we had like 4 or 5 staff at the time, and the mixture of age.
So you're nobbling them and taking the piss and everything. They don't know how to handle it, like.
Yeah, and I had a quick reality check from the manager. Andrew, his name was. He's quite an old boy. He's very straight laced.
Yeah.
And I was trying to have a little bit of banter with the guys, and he just came in. And he's gone, "What are you doing?" Oh, fuck. I'm like, "What do you mean?" So I'm just having a bit of a laugh and a joke.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, you don't say things like that." And I'm like, obviously didn't say anything about their mums or anything like that. It was kind of, I sort of quickly reset my brains, and it was like, actually, yeah, he's right. I've left the changing room now. I'm going to start a new life. And it was.
You're not supposed to burn the secretary's feet.
Yeah, so it was tricky to start with. There were a few learning. Let's put it that way. But no, it's been good. It's been good.
It's fantastic. We love to see people do well. There's a lot of jealous fuckers in the world at the minute. Like we are total opposite of that. To see someone come out of a career and go straight into like that and make a success of it. Like
for a successful story like yourself, there's probably 10 the other way.
Yeah.
In there, you know what I mean?
Because you are proper entrepreneur.
Found that they couldn't hack it without football and gone down the wrong road. You know what I mean?
Been in that situation, yeah.
You know, and how many ex-pros have ended up in Royal Mail?
Oh, fucking
hell, with all the ex-pros in Royal Mail. It's fucking
good. The only good thing was Royal Mail had best in the country for fucking 5 years running. Fucking hell. Show Chapel, middle of the park, fucking great. Fucking.
Do you play with Church? Yeah. Do you play with Chapel? Yeah.
Chaps, I think he was only there for a couple of months when I was there, I believe, and then he left. I think Corky. Corky got him out the door quite quickly.
Forest Green, I think he went.
I remember him going to Forest Green. But Paddy always says Chapel was before his time, didn't it? When he...
Oh, Chapel was 20 years ahead of his time.
Yeah, he's good.
I remember standing on the North Bank and Churchy, just playing square balls across, middle of the park. Well, in these days now, when under Rodgers and all that was okay. Keep the ball, Swansea loner. But I remember Churchy doing that in 95. And the guy behind me going, fucking get rid of it, you fucking baldy cunt. So I'm looking at the guy thinking, fuck me. Guys bring down play football is like, Churchy only gave the ball away 3 times in 17 years. Right? But this fucking guy behind me is
It's a different game, isn't it? It's like hack it at the big man, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Big man,
we got Jimmy Gilligan up top. Don't give it to the full back.
Yeah, we had big Jules, we were alright. You just smash it out there and you take about 4 defenders out there. How he got away with some of his elbows, I'll never know.
What was he like? Allsop behind the scenes? Was he?
He was mad. Good lad. He was.
I bet he was handful.
Unpredictable. Yeah, handful. He was unpredictable. There's so many stories about him. It's ridiculous. There's a Cyril the Swan one in there. There's.
Did Mickey Howard tell us he chinned someone in the change room on the podcast?
I can't remember. I'm not sure.
I know him and Richie Appleby had a set too.
Did they?
Yeah, Jules was messing about. I think he cut the buttons off of Richie's shirt, brand new shirt. So when Jules went training, Richie found Jules's brand new, very expensive football boots, or trainers, whatever it was. Just chopped them up basically. Yeah. So Jules came back in. Vinny's having treatment on the medical bench as he always was, and Jules just went in and just slammed him.
That's what it was. Tell who told us that. Mumford.
Was it really?
I'm sure it was Mumford said.
So he was a handful. There was another time when we were up at Ashley Road. It was all ashing down. So Jules just came out onto the pitch completely naked, apart from one of those yellow fisherman's coats.
Right.
Yeah.
So trained in a yellow fisherman's coat. John Hollins just let him get on with it.
Really?
Just carry on, Jules. He was unmanageable at times.
Yeah.
Quite funny, but it used to be annoying because like when you're trying to be really focused, getting ready for the game, and he's still pissing about. He never had an off switch.
Yeah.
But then when you get him on the pitch, he's a different grade.
Yeah, he's right.
He put his body on the line and he just smashed people.
Yeah.
And that year when we got all the 1-0s, a lot of that was because of him, because he's corners, he's back defending, he's smashing the ball up to
Yeah,
him, he's
yeah.
taking a couple of defenders out. And
First line of defence.
Yeah.
Was it? I'm lost with the years, but there was the year you lost in the playoffs, wasn't it? What was that one? I can't think of it.
Was that Northampton?
I think that
No, it
was
was
Scunthorpe.
Right.
semi-final.
Last
wasn't it?
minute we lost, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was that a two-legged? Yeah,
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
semi-final.
I think we were 1 up after the first leg, and then we lost the second leg 3-1. They scored in the last minute.
Right.
But we had like 20 chances, didn't we? It's one of those games.
And like I say, I remember the home game. I can't remember the away game. But the year after that was when he won the league.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Yeah. So, what changed? Was it just an experience thing? Like, you know, we had that close call that season,
Totally.
and then
It was we got into the playoffs and obviously lost in the last minute, and I think that just galvanised everyone. And you hear that happening quite a lot.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
close
I
one.
guess like winning mentality. It's like the season before, like you get into winning mentality and do come just short.
Yeah.
But you take it into the next year. As long as the squad don't break up,
Yeah.
which you
Yeah.
find sometimes can happen.
And that was the key as well. They kept all the lads together,
Yeah.
and the lads are a little bit. I'd say that following season we're a little bit more focused in terms of right, we've got to do it this time. Even if we weren't saying it, we were all thinking it. Mm-hmm. And the team spirit only got stronger. I think he brought in a couple of new faces, not necessarily loads.
was Stuart Roberts at that time?
He was just breaking in, wasn't he?
Because Stuart Roberts is my age.
Yeah.
So he would have been 20 then in
Yeah.
2000. Like, yeah, he would have been breaking.
Yeah, and he just gave us that bit of flair as well, a bit of pace.
Well, he had that season where, like, I don't even know if it was a season. I think it might have been about 12 games, but he was fucking unplayable.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? You know, he was unbelievable. He was like Jorginho.
To people who weren't around and watching at that time, he sort of like did what Dan James is
Spot on.
this year,
Yeah, perfect.
He
Yeah.
sort of come in as a
Yeah.
youngster and blow you away with the pace, get you off your seat type of thing, didn't he?
Yeah, he was exciting.
Yeah.
And he was raw as well,
Yeah.
which meant defenders didn't really know how to handle him. Because a lot of players can be quick, but you know what they're going to do.
Yeah,
It can
yeah.
actually cause you a problem.
Yeah.
But with him, because he was raw, he was young, a little bit unpredictable, so
Yeah,
it
of
made him
course.
even harder to play against.
Yeah.
And off the back of that, obviously, he got his move to Wickham, didn't
Yeah.
But no, he's
Which at the time was mad as it sounds now, would have looked a Swans.
It was a big
Wickham.
move, yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Wickham was a great, it was a big move, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
But it's now, who the fucking Wickham? You know what I mean?
I didn't even know what to do.
now.
Oh, I didn't place Agatha plays at Wickham.
Oh, are you sure? Did he move from them? Was he?
No, he's moved to them,
But
yeah.
he was with
Wimbledon, and he went to
yeah,
Wickham.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was watching EFL with the kids on the EFL, and my boy watches every game.
Yeah.
So I saw that he nearly scored. That's the only reason I remember because I saw that on the weekend. Like.
I always remember Wickham because it was where, you know, this famous song, I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. It was there when it started singing. A big fat guy with no top on, standing just to the left, and he started singing. It had never been sung before, and it got sung at him. And it don't get sung as much now, does it?
Just don't get sung at all.
It don't, you know, but in the Vetch days, that was one of the fucking songs that was always sung. It come from nowhere, natural, like.
Some of the songs were good, actually.
Yeah.
Just some of the shouts that used, especially the Vetch when it was quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You'd hear the individual shouts coming out of the crowd, and you'd almost be on the pitch just laughing.
I was going to say, yeah.
I didn't tell John Williams' story when he was on a fucking podcast, but Mickey Howard knew the story because I told it another time early days of the podcast. But I was standing on a North Bank one time, and I think it was John Williams' like third time he was with the Swans, because he had them different spells. And the ball was rolled into him. He was on the right side of midfield, and so he was on the North Bank side, and it was rolling into his foot. And it was one of them where, you know, he looked up for the where he was going to pass it, but the ball rolled under his foot and straight out, and everyone was going, "Fucking hell, Williams, you can't!" And just as it went quiet, and I was only a kid, right? I must have been 17, something like that. I shouted, "We'd be better off playing fucking Venus Williams," like that, right? Yeah. And everyone started laughing, and he just sort of turned to the crowd, like you say, you could have heard it, and he just walked away. So I told that story, not even realising Mickey Howard listened to this podcast. It was ages ago. So Mickey meant, when me and Mickey were talking, anybody coming on the podcast, he said, "I'll bring Venus with me," instead, right? So he'd started, because he's a wind-up fucker, right?
That's a pest, not Chris.
So he'd obviously been. So when John Williams, I sort of was like, yes, no, all that day before. So shall I tell John Williams about that story?
He fucking did.
I bottled it. I bottled it.
Boundy, I never called you a cunt.
No,
A few that didn't.
But yeah, so that same season, well, you must have had a good year because you were doing the team of the year that year as well, weren't you?
Yeah.
What, the PFA one?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, fair play.
Did Smudger get in that team as well, or was it just you from the...
I think it was just me. I'm not sure if any...
You fucking
Roger.
know. You know it was just
I'm not
me.
sure if Roger got in there, maybe.
It was what?
Roger.
Oh, is it?
As
Yeah.
a goalie, I'm not sure. But because he would have deserved it, definitely.
Yeah.
He had a great season.
That must be some achievement, mate. Team of the season, like, you know.
Do you know, seriously thinking back, you know when Roger Freestone signed for us? I couldn't believe it. Because I had seen Roger Freestone, like, you know, at Chelsea, like, you know, obviously he hadn't played for Chelsea, but he was from Chelsea. So Swans didn't sign players from Chelsea.
No.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So when he came to us, I was like, fuck, have we just signed a player from Chelsea? Like,
But talk about
went on and obviously to be
talk
like
about
one of the
becoming
biggest
a fucking
legends.
legend. When he was a great keeper, Roger was, wasn't he?
Good story about him, actually.
Go on then.
No, go on. Carry on.
No, crack on, fucking hell, he's more important to me, go on.
No, he was one of the first players I met when I signed.
Right, yeah.
And he was in the changing room and bollock naked. And he was just about to bite into an apple.
Yeah.
So he wiped his arse with this apple.
Right.
And like that, do you want some? Do you want a bite? And
Fucking
absolute animal.
Fucking Roger's like worse than naked
He
Martin.
was, honestly, he was an animal.
Really?
And I was just like that. Whoa.
What have I done? This is worse than Stockport.
I didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
He Geordie, isn't he? Rog?
Yeah, I
No,
think
he's
so.
Newport boy.
Newport, is he?
Sure he is.
Really?
Yeah, boy.
I know he had him in my head, he was from up north.
Yeah, he lives Brisker. I'm sure that's.
Oh, is it?
I'm sure he's born and bred around that way.
When he, the other, I think it was it last season or the pre-season where they played that game, Man United Legends against Swans Legends, and Roger come on.
No.
He made 2 brilliant saves that game. I was
Really?
fucking
Yeah,
serious. Did you play that game?
No.
You didn't, did you? No. Because I just remember him coming on and he looked big and he was like fucking trying to piss and everyone going mad because Roger Freestone's coming on like, you know, Roger. 23 stone, yeah. And he made 2 saves, like, and he was like, fucking hell, get Roger back in the sticks, he's fucking better than what we got. He was fucking...
It's like Southall, when you see Southall in these charity games, he's plucking him up the top corner.
Yeah.
And he is about 20 stone.
Well, he went huge, didn't he? He's still
Massive,
huge.
he's massive.
He is still. Isn't he?
Yeah.
Southall's one of them, though. You know in them charity games he's playing to win.
Oh,
He's
100%.
he only knows one way to play, like Stuart Pearce. Imagine Stuart Pearce in charity
He's old
game.
school, isn't he?
Yeah, that's it. They got that mentality. It's like, even if I'm fucking playing tiddlywinks with the kids, like, I'm gonna beat them, like, you know what I mean? And Southall's
In his
always
day,
seen
Southall
that
was probably the best in the world, man.
Yeah.
It was him and a guy called Taffernell for Juventus.
Yeah, I remember him.
When Rush was out there, we allowed up Taffernell, what a keeper.
Yeah.
You know, but him and Southall were the fucking unbelievable.
So what makes me laugh about Southall, that video of him with Michael Owen, have you seen that one?
When Owen dinks it over his head, warming up.
No, that one.
Oh, it's Rooney did that, sorry.
The one with Southall is they're doing like a video where, I don't know what it is, but they've got a young kid in goals, like one of the youth or something. And Michael Owen's like I know it's seasoned pro at this time. I don't know the premise of it, right? But Southall's trying to teach the kid where he should be standing.
Right.
And Michael Owen's going to take shots at him, like, and they set up so they one-on-ones. He's shooting from outside the area. Every time Michael Owen scores, he celebrates like he scored at Anfield, right?
Right,
in
yeah.
the Merseyside derby. He's like, rolling away, giving it the big one. And Southall just comes to the point where Southall must just snap, and he goes, "You scored against a kid, Michael." Like, I like as if like fucking grow up. It's funny as fuck. I see every time I see it on Twitter, it comes on now and again. It's one of them. It comes on, so I
I
gotta
thought
watch
it was
it.
all about the one where it's behind the goals and Liverpool playing Everton, I think, and Rooney's a mascot.
Right.
And like the balls roll out to Rooney, and he just fouled. Southall's only on the 6-yard box, and Rooney dinks it over him and just lobs him. Like, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, Rooney looks about 12, like, you know.
But this is actually when I was looking in, like, obviously I do a little back research, like, you know, when we were having a boys come on, I didn't realise that you scored the last goal in a Swans, in a South Wales derby at the Vetch.
I didn't know that either, actually.
There we are, there's something for you to take away.
Really?
You scored in the 90th minute, didn't you, against Cardiff, and we won 2-1.
I didn't realise that was the last goal.
And that was according to whatever I saw it anyway,
okay.
it was the last goal, it was the last South Wales derby at the Vetch anyway, so obviously that was the last goal. 90th minute winner.
Yeah.
You know, so like, cause South Wales derbies at the Vetch are a whole different thing to South Wales derbies at the Liberty Stadium.
Yeah.
Like, so they must have been mad to play in those games.
It was brilliant. I think I only played one at home and one away. We drew 0-0 away, and then obviously we won
2-1
at home. It was just brilliant, even all the lead up to it.
Yeah.
The gaffer was like,
You know how big the game is, I bet.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, don't get involved in any of these shenanigans, and there's going to be helicopters.
Yeah, they're not going to be filming
It was helicopters, wasn't it?
They're going to be filming the crowd.
You're playing a fucking football match like fucking platoon.
Yeah, it was like all this razzmatazz going around it, and the atmosphere was like, it was brilliant.
Yeah. They're the games you want to play in, I should
Totally.
imagine.
Totally. They pummeled us first half, I do remember. Roger had a blinder first half, and I think we went in 1-0 down, was it? Oh, they may have scored early in the second half, but I know Tomo got the goal back, and then obviously I got the one in the last minute, but it was just brilliant. That's what you play football for.
Of course,
Of course. There's nothing like a good derby game.
Oh, well, they're going to be back next year, I think.
The thing is, like,
I think it will be.
When I was young, I didn't think about it so much, but now, like, the last time we were able to play derbies, well, obviously we had 10 years off, didn't we? And like everyone forgets then, and then they came back, and the first game was the Jody Gomez free kick in the what is the Carling Cup or whatever it was. Do you know how nervous I was for that last? You know when we won 0 up and there's like 20 minutes left. I didn't even watch the game. I sat with my head in my hands, I guess, like honest to fuck. And then like the league games when we played them in the Championship, and especially when we went to Premier League, I was even worse when we went to Premier League. The lead up to that game where we lost 1-0 and Coker scored, I was a wreck for a week. I was like, we cannot lose to these fuckers. Because social media is a thing then, right? And I was giving it to Cardiff fans every opportunity I could. I knew, like, Cardiff fans, by that point, I knew Cardiff fans personally. We'd been, like, sort of giving each other shit for such a long period of time. And, like, we cannot lose to these fucking clowns today. And then we went and lost. Oh, the earache I had, honest to fuck. I had said, right, I don't know if I told the story on here, I can remember. Coker was obviously been with us, hadn't he, right? Gone back to Spurs. I'd watched Spurs in a pre-season game and he'd started alongside, like, maybe it was Ledley King, I'm not sure, whoever it was. And I thought, do you know what, they're going to play him this year. He was so good for us last year. We talked about
I heard he's with him and Williams at the back. They were outstanding.
Yeah, they did well.
Like everyone, when you say like you sort of Premier League era 11, I always put him and Ashley Williams together, and people always slags me off. But that season,
they were comfortable.
Yeah,
brilliant,
they're coming up into the Premiership, and they were comfortable. You see them playing against each other, and it was a few games where they may have taken a bit of a hiding, but in general, they were
good.
They were never strained. They just had a good relationship, and they looked comfy.
I remember, like, it was so driving up Carmarthen Road. It was early in the morning. I was listening to Talksport, and the Moose come on, and he said, "There's talk of Stephen Coker leaving Spurs to sign for Cardiff," and I just laughed. I thought, "Fucking hell, he's not going to sign for Cardiff."
Of course he's not.
Right? He
loves us.
And I'm not. That actually wasn't my thought process. It wasn't the Swansea thing. It was more the fact that he's going to be playing for Spurs this year. So what the fuck's he going to sign for Cardiff for? That was my thought process. Like, and I was quiet in work. I just pulled in and I was sitting by a couple of roundabout, and I remember just going on my phone. 'Cause I was on Twitter back then, like, and I just went, fucking something along the lines of, there's absolutely no way. I just heard Coker's on about signing for the Scum. Absolutely no way that happens. He's way too good for them, or some shit along them lines, right? Thought nothing of it, right? Literally thought nothing of it. I didn't even have notifications then on my phone. Well, I got home from work at like fucking 5 o'clock. Has my tea, whatever. Looks at my phone. Goes on Twitter. Well, I had like about 100 retweets, right?
Yeah.
See the abuse I had, Cardiff fans, because in the meantime, he's fucking gone and signed for Cardiff, right? Someone has seen that, someone must have just searched for the thing Coker, seen it, and just retweeted it, one Cardiff fan, and next thing it took off. Oh my God. I had a boost, right, for about a month, non-stop. Someone would find it like 3 weeks later and go, look at this prick. You know what I mean? Yeah. Giving me shit. And it went, oh, fuck me. It went on and on and on and on. And like, I didn't have the time, right, to argue and give shit to all these Cardiff fuckers. I just had to leave it go, like. So it all went dead after a while. It all went quiet. And then he goes and fucking scores a winner against us, doesn't he? And some fucker found it again.
Comes back up.
It went on. Honest to God, it was relentless the second time round. I was like, I had to like just log off Twitter for like a fucking week. It fucking didn't stop. Like, but then obviously we tucked them up there when we beat
3-1.
in the 3. Was it 3-0? 3-0. I always forget. It was 3-0. It was a hell of a game. One of the best atmospheres, if not the best atmosphere there.
Do you get to go up there much?
I don't, but only because of my job, really, because weekends are
Yeah, of course, yeah, it's
days
pretty
and
busy
stuff.
day.
And in fairness, this year, the Swans have actually sort of contacted me and said, you know, if you ever want to come to a game, just let us know. Whereas
Oh, I
before,
like
they'd
I'm a
never
big
done
fan
it.
of that.
Yeah, which is kind of them, actually. It's really good. They let me and the wife and the kids go up for when they get West Brom game. They invited me up there for that. That was nice.
Yeah.
A bit of a meal.
They can't
That's
sell
good.
it. They can't sell the tickets now. See,
Yeah.
Only so-
When it's Liverpool, they get one of those.
Right there.
Yeah.
But no, it's nice to have the offer on the table.
Oh, of course it is.
It's good to go up there. I mean,
I think that's the way ex-players should be treated.
Yeah.
Personally,
it was
like,
good to
you
go
know.
up there and just see all the old faces that were still there. I mean, obviously, the end of this season, I think it's going to be different because they are going to be slashed.
Looks like,
jobs,
yeah, looks
which
like.
is a shame because there's a lot of long-time servants that are going to be just kicked out the door, basically.
Did the Premier League have an effect with you, tallers and wise? Do you think, like more people coming down, or do you think it's just not related at all?
No, it put Swans on the map.
Really?
Massively, in a world in terms of worldwide.
Right, I
exposure.
see.
It was nuts. It's just I remember going skiing and I was just sat on a ski lift and there's just a random person sat next to me and as you do, where are you from? I'm from Swansea.
Yeah.
Swansea City.
Yeah,
And they were
yeah.
from like I don't know Russia or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's just like straight away you go, wow, Swansea's on the map.
Yeah.
And it
Because
was,
I think what happened with us is, like, I look at Huddersfield and Fulham, and to a bit of an extent Cardiff. I was looking at there's like a stat, we hate the stats, fuck the stats, but it was a stat today that was pretty good. The bottom three teams have played the top 6 31 times, and they haven't won one. Not one of them have won one game. Like, and that got me thinking about when we went up. We were like a lot of people's second favourite side.
Yeah.
Because we were having a fucking go, weren't we? I
Yeah.
remember beating Arsenal 3-2 and giving Chelsea a game.
but playing good football in the process.
Of course, yeah. I remember we should have beat Liverpool on Anfield, but someone missed the set. That was a Gower, Mr.
Yes,
Mr.
Gower.
Set. Oh, like
Yeah.
in the last minute.
We played
Played out
brilliant.
there. Brilliant football.
Brilliant.
We played that.
That was, I said at the time, that was the best 0-0 I'd ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
It
We
was,
played
it
great
was
football.
end to end. Like Liverpool could have scored, and Gower missed that sitter then. That was a great game to watch. Yeah, I remember watching it.
And it was like the first game playing against someone, playing against Liverpool. Like,
in fairness to Huddersfield, Fulham and Cardiff now, it's a different league again from the side.
do you think so?
Yeah.
I suppose it is, yeah.
The gulf is widening all the time
Yeah.
between them top 6 teams and the bottom 3.
I agree with that.
And we came in and we did have a genuine chance of beating those sides.
Yeah.
If who's going to come up this year? Let's say, for argument's sake, Leeds, Sheffield United, and Norwich go up.
Fuck.
Right.
They're going to struggle, are they?
They're going to have a tough time. They may be strong in this league. Like I talked to my old man about it. We went to Brentford Tuesday. We went to Nottingham. I did go to Brentford Tuesday, but I went to Nottingham game on Saturday. So I drove up. My old man come with me, my boy. And we were talking about it, and he was saying, "Oh, Norwich best side I've seen in the league. You know, this year they've been outstanding." Blah 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 blah. Will Norwich make a dent in that league next year?
Not a chance.
Look at Fulham. Everyone was saying Fulham are going to thrive playing the Premier
Yeah,
League style of
exactly.
football.
Yeah.
They've been fucking murdered.
Yeah.
You know, and you can do what Wolves have done. Is just pump endless money.
Well, I was going to say, the Wolves look great, but they have spent 100 million.
Yeah.
Like, so.
But they've done it properly, haven't they?
Oh, of course,
Fulham
yeah.
has
Yeah.
spent a fortune.
Yeah.
Mate. Fulham has spent a fortune.
Yeah.
They almost went scattergun and just go buy
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
buy in,
Yeah.
without actually giving it
Ryan
a-
Babel,
Babel,
what
like,
the fuck,
yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
it's not a player like, you want someone hungry
Yeah.
and young, like, you know, to me, he won't be the answer, but he, you know.
No chance.
And I think that's what it is. It's just the gulf is ever widening. You know, then there's going to become a gulf, I think, in the Championship too as well. The sides like, you know, you look at Bolton now, no money. Wigan, no money. You know, they're down there. Rotherham, no money. Right? It's not coincidence.
But they're cannon
Right?
fodder, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you come up from League One to the Championship, you have to have Championship money to survive in the Championship coming from League One. It's
Yeah.
going to become that way. And Swans, if they go the way they go in, and they're not going to put money back in, they become one of those teams.
Yeah.
You
In
know?
fairness, Swansea could have become one of those teams this year.
This year,
They didn't have
absolutely.
Graham Potter.
Absolutely. I
Do you
totally
think
agree.
so? Do you
I
think?
do.
Yeah,
I
totally
think
agree.
Graham Potter's done absolutely
Yeah.
amazing, outstanding job with what he's got to work with.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, all those players look like really good players. If you put another manager with them, they could have looked horrendous.
Yeah.
They could have all gone into their shells.
Yeah.
And they could have got beat 3-0 every week. But I think he's galvanised everyone. He's made them all better players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
They've got a framework they're working within. And they've had a couple of tonkings, haven't they?
Yeah.
But overall, they've stayed in all the games. They've played some good football. And they've had some good wins.
So do you know what I think? What it is with the Swans at the minute with this side, but it'll probably get worse next year. But the side we got now at the minute, You put us head to head with a good footballing side,
We can
and I
match up.
honestly think we'd fucking match up.
Match up all
Even as to the extent with Man City, we should have won. You know, we deserve to win that game. Like play us against the footballing side. I honestly think we can hold our own against anyone in the country. But our problem is
Physical.
is we got probably a little tendency,
Yeah,
simply because when you put under 23s in, it probably bullied is probably the wrong word. It's not doing them justice,
They're a
but
bit naive.
yeah, of course. You know, against an old professional, a 23-year-old is always probably going to struggle.
There was no more obvious game that for me this season than going to Nottingham.
Right, yeah.
We dominated the game footballing wise. We played some lovely stuff, right? Some beautiful stuff. Final ball was a little bit poor on times, but we played him off the park. You know, Matt Grimes had his best game in a Swan shirt, I reckon. He was outstanding.
He's had a good season.
He's a good player.
And they didn't have no mugs in the set. They had Colback, who used to play for Sunderland, and Ben Watson, who's won the FA Cup with
Yeah, of course,
They're not. These are experienced pros, right? They had that Lewis Graben up front. I think he scored
Good
20
player,
this
yeah.
season, right? Yeah. Van der Horn put him in his pocket like that.
Really?
Absolutely. And fair play to Carter Vickers. They murdered him, right? Dan James was so quick down the line. We were just playing triangle football, you know, just proper. It was a joy to watch, like, you know what I mean? And we should have gone 1-0 up McBurney. He must have said that. We got it. Actually, it became a lucky goal, but it was only what we deserved. But they were all, we were sitting there, and my man's going, do you know what? They'll get something from a set piece, like, because when you saw them, they were men. You know, they were men. They had 5 or 6 boys in their team that were towering 6 foot athletic big men, like, and they were always going to be dangerous on set pieces. When really speaking, we've only got Van der Horn and Carter Vickers who can head the ball, and Carter Vickers ain't particularly big.
Van der Horn's not actually that physical.
Yeah.
No, but Van der Horn was brilliant, mind, on the weekend. But when the 2 goals were at they scored were at the end away from me, so I saw the corners come in, and you're going, oh God, that looks soft, and that looks soft. When I saw them back then on EFL, the ball that came in was just total quality for the two of them. The first one was a brilliant head. I don't think they could have done much about it. The second one, the keeper probably could have come and got. But that was literally the only 2 things they did in the game was 2 set pieces, and they've won 2-1, right? And it was frustrating, like, because we've played so well, and this is not the first time this year that
No, I was
we've
just
done
about to
this.
say that's happened in a few
You know,
games.
we were down the Ipswich game, and we played them off a park and lost 3-2.
Yeah.
It was incredible, and we're there then. But what I saw was amazing, right? I've told everyone about this week. Swans didn't sell their allocation, right? And we were talking to people on the way into the ground. We got lost. We ended up getting on the Nottingham Forest side, right? And we were talking to this Forest fan on the way in, and he's telling us that Forest had sold every single seat in the stadium that was Nottingham Forest that they could sell, right? But Swans hadn't. So let's say they allocated us 2,000, and maybe we only took 1,000. I don't know what it was exactly. So they had 28,500 in the stadium, right? Some shit like that.
Yeah,
Got to check it out. It was high 20s anyway. So when the game's finished now, they are going mental, because they've won a game that they didn't think that they could fucking win, right? Because we played them off the park. But the Swans fans were cheering and clapping as loud as them and singing Graham Potter's Barmy Army.
Yeah.
And the players come over, and I looked, because my boy had never sat in the front row before, and they were letting us sit wherever we wanted. So we sat in the front row, right? And I turned around and looked behind me, and like, none of the Swans fans had left. They were all there singing Graham Potter's Barmy Army, Graham Potter's. And then I looked over to the Nottingham Forest stand that was nearest to me, and they were going, "Fuck's wrong with these?" Like, they were like,
proper old school, like.
yeah, they were like,
Yeah, it's old school.
Yeah.
they were like as if to say, no, we should have been fucking getting out of there as quickly as we could to just, we've thrown that fucking game away, but no one did, because everyone can see that them players give everything they could.
Yeah.
They tried, they played lovely football. We haven't got a killer instinct in the final third, but I think fans understand now where we are as a side.
I think so. I think they found their level at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think they played some great.
We played some concert God. We played some lovely football against Forest. It was hard to find a bad performance. Like, it was coming away, and I was going, you know, Matt Grimes. I don't think I've ever seen Matt Grimes so good. Van der Horn, absolutely outstanding. Dan James troubled him every time he had the ball, going through the team, like. But we still managed to lose. Yeah. But you know, the fact that the Swans fans there, everyone was together, like, with the team. I think that can do nothing but wonders for them, for us as a team.
It's been a few years since it's been like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously the first couple of years when in the Premiership.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And then the Premiership started getting a bit boring, didn't it? 'Cause
Totally, yeah. Everyone said something, yeah.
And then the last year in the Premiership was just
Shit.
horrific.
Poison.
Yeah.
And,
I'd probably say the season before that when we stayed up on the Sunderland game.
Yeah.
Great feeling I was staying up, but it papered over the cracks.
Everyone knew what was coming and followed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then this year, it has, although there's been all the turmoil off the pitch and everything like that, it's been a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, well, you see, Brentford, now I went Tuesday, took my lad down, and 3-0 win, comfortable, got to be honest, if it could have been 5 or 6 probably if they'd have decided to put their foot in there. Brilliant, and the football they played at times, and just to see, and people need to enjoy this while he's here, just to see Dan James in action, right? We haven't had a player like him in a long time. The first goal, I don't know if you've seen the first goal he scored. It comes because that defender takes the ball down and Dan James is like 10, 12 feet away from him. He's not concerned about Dan James, but Dan James is so quick. The next thing he turns around and he's past him.
How great is it to see a way of chasing someone down like that as well?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And people look at that and they say, look at Dan James's work. But Dyer still had to do a lot. Dyer was behind the ball and have just sprinted hell for leather. He didn't know Dan James was going to fall over the keeper. He probably thought Dan James was going to score, but he kept going, and then he got his reward then for getting up there and getting it work.
Because he's kind of been in and out, hasn't he? But he's still a decent championship
player. Of course, yeah. Games like that, he is. He shows that.
Yeah. It was, like you say, it was. I wish we could play Brentford every week because honestly, because I went the FA Cup game, we done them 4-1, and then we beat them 3.
How are they above us in the fucking league?
Well, I come with that. I was sitting with my mate and my boy, and they were shit, right? They didn't even try to win. That's on squad. They were appalling, and I said to my mate, I said, "Please don't tell me these pricks are above us." And he went on it, looked at it. They were above us, same points, but. They're above us on goal difference. How can these be above us? We are so much better. But Brentford are the team that tries to play football with you. I think it was a bad example on Tuesday. They were just poor. But those teams will beat, or will at least give a game. They didn't have anyone throwing their weight around or bullying you or anything like that. The Brentford are probably, on their day, they're probably knocking a ball on, trying to do what we do. But... like I say, first time I've been to 2 games back to back in a while. Just through sometimes it's just work and everything and doing a podcast and I don't have time. But I enjoyed it. Nottingham's good. Have you been to City Ground?
No, I haven't.
Good ground, proper ground.
You probably played there.
Yeah, it's good. It's one of those old grounds, isn't it?
Yeah,
it just generates.
Right on the river, isn't it?
Yeah. I know what we did, right? So, I'm driving up. So I just put in a sat nav. Oh, well, actually, I put on Google, right? Parking around City Ground. So they give me a couple of different options: 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk. Obviously, 5-minute walk. Meadow Lane. Didn't even click Meadow Lane. It's not County, right? Yeah. So I drives in. We got there early because I sort of gave myself enough time. We stopped, and I parked in Meadow Lane in Notts County's ground. So it was a 5 at the park. Walks out. I can go in the bar with there, boys. In Notts County opened their bar up, like the Riverside Lounge.
Oh, when you said he was in Notts County's bar, I thought you just meant their supporters bar.
No. We were in the ground. Outside, really? It said away fans only.
Yeah.
And walked in there, and it was all Swans boys.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they had all the football on. We was watching a Man City Fulham game, wasn't it? Fucking great. And then you literally just cross the bridge over the River Trent, and you're in the City Ground. Great. Fantastic day. And it's not 3, it's 3.5 hours if you drive it straight. It's not that bad a drive. Yeah, fucking great. I go there again. It's a fucking great trip. But it's a shame about the fucking result. But I think that's part of the goals. But then, I wasn't driving away. Heartbroken. I've been to games and we've been. Jesus Christ, the amount of away games I've been to and we've been dog shit. Where did I go last year? Fuck, did I go last year with my boy? Brighton. We lost 4-0. Coming away from Brighton, a team where I looked at it on paper going up there, I was like, fuck, no,
that's one we fancy.
We fancy it. Yeah. Genuinely, it's like, I fancy us to get something up the other day. And as I was, that Brighton game was, I think it was, if it wasn't that, we had the Spurs game in the FA Cup where he changed all the fucking players, remember? And we lost. Do you remember that game?
Yeah,
it was in January. And at the end of January, whatever, start February, and we went to Brighton. And that was the first league game where we started the downturn where we didn't get like.
That was a massive dip, wasn't
We
it?
got real different. Like I say, we got done like 4-0 up there, and you could see the players, they weren't tracking back, and it was just sort of, it was shit. And it was a long way home from Brighton then, when we
that's
had a
a
performance
trek.
like
That's
that
a proper trek,
on a
that
fucking bus. Like, and I was like, oh. Like I say, if they'd gone up there and lost 4-0 but had a go, you don't mind so much. Like I say, I wasn't gutted driving home from Nottingham. I was like, fucking, well, they done really well, but the result didn't go our way.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that's where the fans can see it this year. But what did disappoint me actually going to the Brentford game, now I think about it, I was actually I had my mates, my mates 2 season tickets, right? So we're sitting in the East Stand, actually where I used to have a season ticket, it's the same seats. And my mate who I was with was telling me that on his row, there's 14 season ticket holders who are not renewing next season. That's just on his row.
I've heard loads of people saying that.
I heard a lot.
They just don't want to put money in the Americans'
Well,
pockets, which is...
The problem is now, you've got a ready-made excuse, innit?
Yeah.
So like all the people who before would say, I'm not a plastic, I'll follow them, whatever. Now, when they run half and half this year, now they can say, well, I ain't putting money in this fucking in the owners' pockets. Where deep down they think they've had a fucking tip-full, they've had a Premier League, now they've had this year. Now they got the ready-made excuse, and you can't blame any fucker.
No.
You know, 'cause the tickets haven't got down, have they?
No.
You know what I mean? They're still exactly the same price as when we were watching Spurs, Man United, and Liverpool.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, when they see what's going on off the pitch, people are going to be having an hard and thinking twice. Like, can't blame them. But how hard is that going to? If you notice, they put it back to April the 20th now.
I think if the fans thought they were even going to keep the players,
Totally
they've got,
agree. Yeah.
or even just bring in 1 or 2 players,
Yeah.
which isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I think people would renew, but everyone knows end of the season, all those players, anyone they
It
get
is sad.
gone.
Yeah.
And then next season, literally could be cannon fodder.
Yeah.
It could be getting back to doing what Ipswich are doing this year.
That's genuinely my concern.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why we got to try and enjoy this while we can, because it ain't going to get much better than this.
Yeah.
I don't
I agree.
think.
I hope I'm wrong, I really do, but the way it's all panning out,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they lose 3 that I think will go straight away.
Well,
McBurney, Roberts, James.
We've already
Striker.
talked about it. Straight after Hugh Jenkins left, to distract the fans from the fact Hugh Jenkins was leaving, they said we're going to give new contracts to Dan James, Mike Van der Horn and Leroy Fer.
Oh, that's just so they get more money at the end of the season.
Out of those 3, not one of them have got a new contract yet.
Yeah.
I know you're talking a couple of months now. So that was just a distraction to try, fuck yeah, but at least they're going to give them new contracts. They haven't. So Van der Horn can walk
Clickbait,
in the
innit?
summer. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it is. So Van der Horn can walk now in the summer. You know, if you're Mike Van der Horn, you're going, fucking, I'm captain here. Then if they were going to give him the money he's on now, he'd probably stay. But they're not going to give him that money, so they probably wanted him. If you're going to offer him a new contract, they're probably going to want him because he's on Premier League wages.
Right, okay.
So they're going to want him to take some sort of pay cut.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, I'm not going to give you a pay cut. I want the best centre halves in the Championship.
Yeah.
Someone's going to come in, and if I go as a free agent, they're going to give me a big signing on fee, and I'm going to get at least the same money I'm already on here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's not
He's
going
a
to sign
winner,
a new
really. Now
contract.
he's winning no matter what.
Dan James ain't going to sign a new contract because even if we don't sell him, which we will anyway, but even if we didn't, he's only got just over a year to run on his what's left on his contract. So then he goes for the big money the year after, right? You know, Fur, I don't know whether Furs is up in the summer. I think maybe it is, and then he probably end up going to Fenerbahce or something like that in Turkey, you know, for big money. You know,
I'm
so
a big fan of his.
So you know, none of them are going to sign new contracts unless they're given guarantees that the team is going to be improving and not going to be fire sailing all these players. Like,
Which they can't do, can they?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Money's not there, ain't going to happen.
So, you know, you sell McBurney, you sell Selena, you sell Roberts and whoever else, and Van der Horn walks and Fur walks, and, you know, and you're going...
Because you rattle off all those players, that's the makings of a good team.
Of course it is,
You
yeah.
give them another year's experience, that's an even better team.
Everyone is saying the same thing. When you talk about the Swans, and people are watching games, everyone's saying the same thing. We are 2 or 3 players away from being a really good team.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it's only 2 or 3 players away from being a
It
really
is a
good team.
shame, like.
Shame.
We could literally go straight back up. We could go back up in a couple of years if a little bit of investment was made. Like,
not
Yeah,
happen.
but then at the same time,
Yeah.
you could go straight.
exactly, yeah.
And that is why people aren't going to renew. Obviously, a lot of people may be genuine and saying I'm not prepared to put money in them Americans' pockets. Fair enough, that's your decision. but obviously with that comes the fact, fuck, well, we're going to be garbage next year, so I don't want to pay 450 quid for a fucking season ticket to watch us over here playing the under-23s from this season, you know, and watching them get fucking bullied and
which is
trampled
what
on.
people are worried about.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a fair comment, like, you know, the crowds drop and then start, you know, you go in the way of Bolton, you go in the way of...
the rot sets in and you can't stop it.
Yeah.
It takes a massive investment to go in and turn it round, which, if the club's going that way, he wants to buy a football club.
Yeah.
It's like with Bolton at the moment, isn't it? No one wants
Have
to
you ever been in that situation with a club with like club who's
Swans?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that time, yeah, of
yeah,
course,
so I was going to say,
yeah.
because you were here then when the Swans were going broke the first time out.
Yeah.
With Tony Petty, that era, yeah, that was interesting.
How do you cope then when you're worrying about like mortgage and because at the end of the day it is your job, isn't it?
Yeah, it was, and it was. Do you know, it was all a bit surreal.
Right.
Because we got introduced to him in the week before. Again, I think we played Rochdale.
Right,
They
yeah.
keep popping up in my time.
Yeah. They come in and career like Kevin Phillips. It's like laws of attraction, you know, Kevin Phillips, Rochdale, and sleep, you know.
But he got introduced to us before the game up at Amazon when we were training Jersey Marine, and he came over to meet us all, and he had this dodgy suit on with I think he had like jeans, suit jacket.
All sort of cut the buttons off.
He didn't belong in a suit.
Right, okay,
That's how he was out of his comfort zone, and he had this really weird kind of Aussie Cockney type accent thing.
Yeah, I remember his accent. It's a bit strange, isn't it?
It was weird, and he starts talking, and we're all sort of like looking at each other, nudging each other, going, "Who's this bloke?"
Yeah.
You know, he didn't even look like you'd washed, had like greasy hair and all this sort of stuff. And this is the new chairman. Oh, hi, Mr. Chairman. How you doing? Didn't really say much. You know, how you doing, guys? Thought I'd introduce yourself. Gone. Anyway, we play Rochdale it was actually a Tuesday night game, I think.
Right.
Anyway, I can't remember if we drew 0-0 or we maybe lost 1-0, but we actually played really well. It was one of those games again.
Yeah.
We just didn't convert. Anyway, he comes in the next day, we get called in. That was the biggest, loudest shit I've ever seen. We're all
Yeah. Like you didn't see the last week against Lincoln Williams.
So we're all like going, oh no, he was starting to show his colours at this point, and we're all going, well, if he thought that was really bad, then he's a complete muppet, because we'd actually done all right.
Yeah.
And from then on, it just went downhill. As we know, I don't know what the time was between that and when he started trying to sack everybody, and he just called everyone in one by one. We're terminating your contract.
Said this to you as well.
Yeah. So all right, okay. You sort of shell shocked, so you just kind of walk away. And
Do you know who Wright said?
Yeah,
like you're an
to, like,
intelligent guy, you are. If he says that,
PFA or
Coltsy was chuffed for 3 days off, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Coltsy said. I'll never forget the famous fucking Simpsons famous Simpsons episode. Homer Simpson phones in sick to the nuclear plant. And his boss said, listen, Homer, if you don't come in today, don't bother coming in Monday. And Homer turns around and goes, woo! 4-day weekend! Right? Well, that's what Coltsy did, didn't he? Like Mickey Howard was saying, I was devastated. I was worried. I had my family, I had bills to pay, I had my mortgage, I was fucking devastated, really worried. We turned to Coltsy, we said, how do you feel, Coltsy? We're like, I was just chuffed to have 3 days off.
Coatsy did live on Planet Coach.
Oh, fuck that movie.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, we fucking know that.
Funny as hell, Coatsy was. But no, it was all a bit weird. It was almost like it went.
Wasn't Cusack part of the head of the PFA or something at that time?
Yeah, he was obviously the club captain at the time, but he was also PFA rep, I think.
Yeah.
He might have even been higher up than that.
Yeah, because he's still there now.
Oh yeah, he's very high up.
Well, he'd be fucking, because he quit, didn't he, that Gordon Taylor this week, he's finishing. Cusack be in there now.
There's every chance, actually, because he's
Have you really?
Yeah, he's very, very high up. I can't remember what he looks after now, but he's been there a long time, and he's ingrained in it now. But yeah, he kind of took on the mantle of sorting everything out.
Yeah.
Getting in touch with the PFA. This is what's happened. This is what they can do. This is what they can't do. And he kind of like just steered the ship, if you like.
Yeah.
And obviously that was the end of it then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The team started getting broken up, and it just went from one pile of shit to another, really, didn't it? And then it was just a case of hit rock bottom and then go again, which, as it turned out.
Because you were part of that, really, innit? Like I said, Well, you were lucky with yourself. How many professional players, like I always say about the Swans, how lucky you are as a Swans fan. Like, I've been to Wembley numerous times. I've been to Cardiff to watch finals, Premier League. Fucking hell, we've been really, really lucky. Like, how many professional players just plod along, don't win anything? You've been in the PFA Player of the Year, Team of the Year, which is fucking, that means you were in the elite, you were the best in your position that season in that league. You've won a championship, you just think, so one promotion. Who've actually been successful. How many players just don't win anything throughout their careers, isn't it? Not lucky enough. Probably not through fault of their own, just sometimes not in a good enough side. Of course, mid-table all their career.
Yeah, it's tough, but you can still have an enjoyable career.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you haven't got the medals and the trophies, it's still, you still have your ups and downs, certainly in the lower leagues.
Yeah.
There's always ups and downs from one day to another.
Yeah.
But just the camaraderie drags you through. Every club you go to is a different kind of mix of people. There's different age groups, different kind of team spirit in terms of when I was at Oxford, it was terrible there. But everyone used to travel in. Because Oxford was so expensive to live, no one could live in the town.
Right.
So everyone travelled in from about an hour away, so you'd see them for training, everyone's gone.
Right, I
so
see.
Off the back of that,
No team spirit. Through no fault of your own, really.
Exactly. Whereas Swansea, everyone lived in and around the city, within walking distance of the Vetch, most of them, apart from obviously Rog and Jonah, they used to travel in every day.
So it's not that. If you and Jamie are living on King Edward Road, is it? Or St. Helens Avenue.
That's how we started talking about it, didn't we?
Yeah, Boundy's bar.
Yeah.
Jamie Harris's fucking house was fucking crazy, man. Mate, we went back there one day, I'd done 3 Mitsubishis in Martha's. I woke up in Jamie's with a fucking iguana on my head. I was saying what the fuck was going on. I went and bit myself in Kevin Coyne. Fuck that, my head and my napkin had gone. I thought I'd done too much tonight. Fucking hell.
We were a nightmare because we were in the Gledon for a while, then I moved into, I rented an apartment on the marina for a little while and then bought this house.
Right.
182 St. Helens Avenue it was. And it was...
Studentsville?
It was Studentsville.
Fuck.
But went in there straight away and it's, as a young lad, it was, you're kind of walking around and you're going, yeah, it's got 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, loft conversion, which I always wanted. Right, that's where the TV and the sound system is.
Yes, nice, Boundy boy.
You sort of go through into the kitchen and bog on the right, and then there was this sort of garden room. Just this seems perfect. Get the decks out here. Put the doors open.
Yeah.
And so anyway, set about building a proper glass bar with all the lights, optics. So had the decks in there, big massive Jamo speakers, and it was literally carnage from that day forward. We had it's how bad we were actually. We had students either side. 3 sets actually moved out. Because we just keep them up all...
Move the students up. Yeah. Boundy, I need you to buy an house for tenant. We overrun my students. Boundy buys an house and homes with tennis. All of a sudden, every fucking goes.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Literally 3 sets of students moved out because they just couldn't but we didn't actually realise we were being that bad, you know. It was just like pissed out. Have 2 in the morning, stick the decks on, carry on drinking.
Yeah.
And they're obviously trying to get some sleep so they got an exam in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
It was mental.
Stephanie's finishing a geography thesaurus and Boundy got fucking freed from design on next door.
And the worst one, I remember actually, we had, there was a guy I ended up getting on with him really well. He lived about 4 houses down. And at the time I had this TV up in the loft. It was like one of those old massive boxes.
Yeah, big huge back bit, Trinitron, big huge ass end on the end of it. 32-inch wide, but it was 46-inch going back on the wall.
That's right. I had one of them in like a fireplace type thing up in the loft, and I had like the best sort of surround sound speakers you can get, loud as hell, woofers a lot. But I had it rigged up to the music system as well.
Right.
So anyway, we had a bit of a party. And it was literally on full blast. I mean, it was quality. This guy has knocked on my door, bearing in mind he's 4 or 5 houses away. I didn't realise none of the lofts were soundproofed.
Oh, of course it wasn't.
So literally, he's just listening to a disco next to him. He knocked on the door and he's like that. Come on, he said, you've done it like 3 times this week. Any chance I can get a night's sleep? And I was like, oh shit, I feel really bad now. And it was like a bit of a wake up call. So in the end, we were alright. I went around apologising the next day and stuff. But it was crazy. You'd come down in the mornings, it'd just be like a random person asleep on the floor of the bar, and just
Big fan.
people falling asleep at the bar like this, and you'd be like shaking around.
Jamie's a guana running round the fucking, you know what I mean?
It was great. It was just drinking games all the time, wasn't it? You know, anything you can get your hands on, just drink it, nail it. Right, you didn't do it, drink that, and
Oh, for fuck's sake.
it was just
The glory days.
Glory days.
It was
Because
win or lose, have a booze.
it's go back though, like the club, like not paying the wages and shit. When you look at Bolton now, fucking Bolton has been paid for 3 weeks. And the chairman's calling the players out of order for going on strike.
Yeah.
You don't know what fucking day it is.
No,
And I don't know whether you've seen on the news. Big shout and power to the people. Scott Barrow, did you see on Sky News yesterday?
No.
Scott Barrow got all the Gateshead players strike on
They're
strike.
not being paid, are they?
They are. Some of them haven't. One, they haven't been paid. Investment that been happening in the club, whatever. An owner come in, promised the world, and he's just fucking got no interest. But there's other owners interested, and he won't sell. So I think the players have gone on strike. In all fairness, from Gateshead. Fair play to Scott. He was on Sky News yesterday. Fair play. It's mad how it's happening. The elite have got more money than ever.
Yeah.
And then, imagine something Bolton folding up the league. Bolton were one of the clubs that started fucking the football league.
Massive club in terms of fan base and stuff. It just shows you get a bad owner in there, run a club badly financially, they bleed it dry, or they just giving people bad contracts, too big, spend too much money. It's inevitable.
But then City,
it's like Swans now, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
City, richest club in the world, I'd say. Can't feel like they go and win the league. It's quite a tight title race. They played Cardiff yesterday. It was empty seats.
Yeah.
Right. Now, to me, if you top the league going,
Cardiff, I know what's
but fuck. But still, they go for the league, innit? So every game's the worst one I saw was today. They advertising for the FA Cup semi-final Sunday.
Yeah, they didn't sell
They hadn't sold the allocation.
2,000 tickets they sending back.
And I think, fucking
that's
hell.
outrageous.
For the FA Cup
Crazy, isn't it? FA Cup semi-final.
It's like people just can't be asked anymore.
That's a great show. Because they used to film the kitbacks. They used to film Main Road.
Yeah, but the media's kind of brainwashed everyone into thinking the FA Cup's not a big tournament anymore.
I could
go along with it.
Yeah.
But is there also, is it fair to say this, playing devil's advocate a bit, that the Man City fans are seen as the inner city fans, isn't it? Are they from the Moss side and that?
Yeah, they were the what were they called now? Not the
Cool Cats,
City.
right?
Huh?
Cool Cats.
Yes, yeah.
Right, but they've come up supporting Man City when Man City was like a £5 to go and a £10 to go and stuff. Now Man City are this global brand, but they've still got the same fans that they always had.
Yeah.
Bar a few touristy fans.
Yeah, of course,
There. And maybe those fans just can't afford to go to Man City anymore. Right?
Yeah.
You know, because
And plus as well, maybe sometimes you just haven't got the numbers.
Yeah.
Like maybe Man City just
haven't got the
can't
numbers.
find 60,000.
With United, it's different.
Worldwide,
United are running a coach from Swansea fucking every week.
Yeah.
You know, they're running coaches from fucking probably where you grew up. You know what I mean?
But they're 20 years ahead of City in terms of
Exactly.
brand.
Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So man, how many genuine Manchester Man United fans are sitting in that ground every week? Because what Man City have got is only the genuine
Yeah.
I'll be honest,
Manchester
when I was
fans.
living up in Manchester, I would say just from people I met, more were Blues than Reds.
Yeah.
Really?
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But like they say, if that's the case, Man United is a tourist brand. I'm sure they're all fans, don't get me wrong, but you've got the Cockney Reds, remember they were a big thing back in the day?
Every week.
Right, you've got the Cockney Reds and then Swansea sending a bus, Cardiff or
Seven send a bus up there every week as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So all these people are coming from everywhere. They're all season ticket holders at United, but they're not from Manchester. Whereas Man City haven't got that history the same as.
Of course they haven't, yeah.
So they haven't got those people running a bus from Swansea to go support Man City. If you try
And they probably never will, mate.
No, they never will.
Because that happens over time and naturally, you know, you can't explain. Football's different now, isn't it?
It's
You know, we haven't got the fucking, the football specials put on and all that, you know, different time.
So maybe they got, you know, they haven't got the season ticket holders, but people are going, fucking hell, I'm not going to go on a Tuesday night to watch, or Monday night, whatever it is.
We've got 2 games in a week in the Premiership.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay £50 to go and watch the City and Cardiff when it's on the box.
Yeah,
It was
true,
live
yeah.
on Sky. You know what I mean? You go, fuck that. I'm not going to watch that. So that's why I'm just sort of saying.
No, I
know they
see
got a lot
those.
of shit because I saw it myself on Twitter today. People saying they can't fill a fucking stadium, but you've got to take all these things into consideration. If Man City had a 25,000 seat stadium, for argument's sake, it'd be full all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they've got a bigger stadium now because it's the Etihad and everything, and they're actually having trouble filling it. They don't have the numbers and they don't have the history that goes behind it. Like, it's just fucking simple as that. I think he's not trying to defend them, right?
No,
Fuck 'em,
no.
like, you know.
I don't know with Arsenal whether they've just alienated the real fan a bit.
Possibly,
It's
yeah.
costly, isn't it?
Too
It's costly
poncy
as
and it's
fuck.
all gone corporate, and
Yeah.
I wonder whether some of the real fans have actually just walked away.
Yeah,
Can't be asked anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can get
I think
disillusioned.
I think you'd be surprised how many fans go into like the local. You know, we talked about it earlier, that Cass Parent podcast, like he was interviewing that Bill Gardner, massive West Ham fan, and that Bill Gardner was saying, I don't really go to West Ham anymore, and he was a fucking like fan, fucking legend, like, and he was saying, you know, I go now and again, you know, but he said I got a local side, like the Saints, like we always talk about, and he was saying I go to watch them now, and it's just a bit more realistic, like a bit more.
It's a football fix, isn't it?
Yeah. Football is football, where there's 20 people on the park watching. It's still football. You know, you can get as passionate as local football. West Ham, Penland winning, Wednesday night winning the league with the videos of them fucking.
Are we claiming the AIC effect on our one?
Yeah.
Are we claiming the AIC effect on our one? Because we talked about it?
Exactly, you know what happened. Yeah, fuck yeah.
We'll take credit for that.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? There's fucking buzzing.
Yeah, of
You
course.
see having the change rooms. It's fucking, that is what it is. Football's football, like, you know.
Yeah. You know, they say I got 2 kids playing a game, so I'm on football every night of the week. Literally every night of the week. You know.
Do you like that?
Yes.
Right.
I love it, but at the same time it's exhausting.
Right.
Because like taking my work takes a lot of my time. I've always got the next podcast on my mind, right? So that never strays on my mind. And then I'm working, and then this is my average week. Monday, Niall training, right? Trains in Neath, in Court Herbert. So and it changed now from 7:30 till 9 o'clock on a Monday night. So I'm coming in from work, I say 6. I have a bit of tea, jump in the shower, change in the car, because it takes me a good 20-25 minutes to drive to Neath, right? Get back, 9:25, something like that, give him a bit of supper, I'm in bed 10, back up 5:20 for work. Tuesday, they both training 5:30 till 6:30, so I take one or the other. It's an hour out the house. Wednesday's normally my night off, but this week, Niall had 2 games. He had a school game, and then straight from the school game, he had a
So much football, isn't
he
it?
had a friendly with Malsters in at 6 o'clock up the track line, so I had to drive from my house, I live in Cumdee, up the track line. Got back in 7:30. Tonight, I would have been at training 6:30 till 7:30, but because we were doing this a little bit earlier, I came straight here. I had about an hour in the house from work. Tomorrow, actually I'm working late tomorrow, so I won't have no football, but Cian got training. So Saturday morning, Niall's playing in the Elba in Gowerton, and then I've got to go pretty much straight from there to Clonethley, because Cian's playing in Clonethley, got his cigar, and then Cian's playing Sunday morning, 10:30, Cumberland Park.
Wow.
Fuck it.
He's going to sleep well.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's going
Yeah.
to sleep well.
Yeah. That pretty much, apart from the Wednesday was the only difference, is normally I haven't got anything on a Wednesday, but that's my week normally.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday,
Dominated by football, like.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday I work late, Saturday morning, Sunday morning.
How old are your kids?
11 and 14.
Same problem? Or?
I got 2 girls.
Oh,
so
right.
The only problem I got is hormones.
Yeah, it's fuck crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, party, like. Yeah.
I got the older one is most chilled out kids you could ever meet.
Right.
And I got the younger one who's ginger. She's
Yeah.
fiery as hell. She'll
Really?
punch first. Last
Now?
oh yeah, she's got a temper on her. But,
2 totally different kids,
yeah,
like.
Total different ends of this
Yeah.
spectrum. Yeah. So and then I got the wife in the middle. So it's, yeah, once a month I need to move out for a week. But no, it's all good. All good. They play a bit of netball and stuff. Try and keep active. Yeah.
One thing I got to ask you is, because I remembered this when I first thought about you coming on, was at the time when the club, you got that, you basically got sacked and everything. What was the contract wrangle you had? Because I remember the Swans fans giving you shit.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit actually. Well, we were out in, I've told the story quite a bit actually, so you might have heard it before, but shortly after it happened, me and the wife were out in Swansea, and there was a fan out, and he actually spat in her face.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fucking
Yeah.
shocking.
But he did it when I think I'd gone to the loo or something, and he'd scarpered, so couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
For me, that was like, okay, this is getting silly now. But basically, what happened was, obviously, got sacked. I left. Obviously, they said, look, I went on loan first of all to Oxford.
Yeah.
And went down there. Don Goss was in charge of the safety at the stadium.
Right.
But he was my only point of contact. There was no one else I was allowed to talk to. So I was down there and I'm like, Don, I'm not really enjoying it here, I want to come back.
Yeah.
And he said, you're not allowed. I've spoken to the new people in charge, you're not allowed to come
Why?
back. They wouldn't tell me. So it's just like, you can't come back. So, okay. Hence I ended up signing for Oxford. But what the new board actually put out just completely tucked me up, basically, which is what led to all this nonsense afterwards. So I had 18 months left on my contract, which was a very, very good contract.
Yeah.
I signed for Oxford for 40% pay cut. And we agreed that they would pay me like a really, really small percentage of what I had on my 18-month contract as a settlement over 4 payments.
So you've done them a favour, really.
Yeah, done them a favour, yeah. Off their wage bill, just agreeing to leave and not actually kicking up a stink or anything like that. So anyway, it was over 4 payments. Was it 3? I think it was 3 payments. Not a massive amount of money. They paid the first one because it was immediate. And then straight away, literally about 2 days after they paid the first one, they did a CVA, which was the voluntary arrangement.
Right.
And they obviously knew they were going to do that. So
how sneaky fuck it out of all
Yeah,
is
so
that,
it's-
you know,
for
someone's
me-
livelihood, you know,
Yeah,
would
for
be
me
well
it
within
was-
your rights to just sit out the 18-month contract, you know.
Yeah, so for me it was a case of, it's not the club, you've tucked me up.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was tucking me up at the time. So therefore, I'm not willing to accept. They actually offered me a travel house holiday voucher as settlement in the end. trying to get a transfer embargo. So obviously I told them basically to fuck off, cheeky bastards. And they actually got Coos to ring me and ask me that as well. They didn't even ring themselves. Which just riled me even more. So obviously when they come round and they did the voting thing, I voted against it simply because they had tucked me up.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It wasn't a vote against the club, it was a vote against them. But obviously those
spun
people
it round.
Hugh Jenkins, all those people, they reported it completely differently to all the fans.
Because they've got the media
Yeah,
on side.
of course,
They had everyone on side, and obviously all the shit happened after that then. But fortunately, I mean, I don't hold a grudge. If I seen Hugh now, I'd say hello to him, you know, so I ain't got a problem with it. It was just...
I think that's just being the better man, I think, you know.
I don't know, I mean, at the time, I would have decked him at the time if I'd known it was him. Because of all the shit I took after it, and and the wife and all that as well. But now it's
So it's a long time ago now, isn't it?
It is, but it caused a lot of grief at the time. And just like I said, I was just pissed off with the way they reported it in terms of putting out the fact that...
Proper spun it up to the banker.
And I had no way of replying.
Of course you
There
had,
was no right of response.
You was the Tommy Robinson of his day. That kind of drama. I see that, watch that.
You see it,
My fucking head went, honestly. My head have gone. I don't even want to talk about it.
That's another thing that is. Yeah, but I thought, you know, like I said, I remembered that, and then I wondered, you know, if there was obviously a situation like you just said there, if that was the case. Like,
Yeah, I mean, luckily over time, I've obviously moved back to the city, and I see all the Swans fans now, and everyone's good as gold now, because I don't know, maybe they've heard the real side of the real story. I don't know, whether just
I can't even remember that, to be honest. Like, you know, I think maybe the hard.
It's funny how you remember. I don't know why I remembered that. You know, over anything else, if you know what I mean. You know, it was just like, I remember they were calling Boundy a greedy bastard on the North Bank.
You know what I mean? I had a rusty nail about that long thrown at me.
Really, yeah.
Literally, I was taking a throw in and it hit me on the back. It was right in the corner, you know, where the away fans are at the bottom of the North Bank. I've gone over to take a throw in, and I was getting dogs abused, absolutely abused. We drew 0-0, I think. And next thing I've gone like that, and it's like this. It was a rusty nail like that, hit me on the back.
Probably come out with the fucking North Banks.
Yeah.
It was holding a stand up.
Let me go and tell Donna to hide the box of rusty nails.
Anyway, I picked it up and I was like, so the linesman was literally stood next to me. I've gone, you see that? He was like, no, put it down, get on with the game.
Fucking
He's having the next fucking match.
Yeah. He's got four stuck in his head, isn't he?
He's like the Hellraiser.
So I was raging when I picked it up. I was like, bastards, look what they've done. And he just said, get on with it. I just started laughing. I was like, I know why you told me to get on with it.
Because he's going to get fucking next.
Yeah, totally.
So, outside of football now, obviously you've got your business and everything. How did sort of all the fundraising for Maggie's come around?
I suppose just to go back a couple of years, I got diagnosed with testicular cancer.
Right, okay. Right.
Which obviously I recovered from fully. Got diagnosed quite early, so I had the op. Now I'm just sort of leaning a little bit to the left, lighter on one side.
So I don't to jump ahead of that, because obviously it's important with all the people that are listening to us. We've never really talked about something like this before, so it could be pretty important. Like, you were just in a shower one day, you feeling fucking nuts, and
do you know what? It all came about because of John Hartson, actually. I
Right,
listened to an interview he did. After he'd had all his operations, he died and all that kind of stuff. Well, after that, he was doing a really long interview on, I think it was Talk Sport, and he was talking about how it, he felt like a pea-sized lump on his testicle, and he left it.
Right.
And because he left it, it spread, and then that's how he ended up as he was.
That happened to a very good friend of ours, didn't it?
We talked about it on the podcast.
And he left and didn't do nothing about it. God rest his soul.
But anyway, so ever since that day, I used to check, you just have a feel, make sure there's nothing on there and stuff. And I think it was 2.5 years ago now, I noticed one of my right bollock had basically swollen up, and it was rock hard.
Fuck.
And it was like, this is odd.
Yeah.
No pain or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I just sort of monitored it over a couple of weeks, and in the end I was like, Claire, check this. And she was obviously, fuck off, you're just trying it on, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because I didn't tell her why.
Yeah. Oh, why are we doing it?
Just put out your hands up.
Yeah.
But I said, seriously, this one feels a lot bigger than that one. And she's like, she can feel it.
Yeah.
If you're worried
Of course, birds are not used to having pen bollocks in the hand, you get it? My hand's always down fucking trousers when I'm watching fucking Breaking Bad. Some girls think goes fucking mad, calls me a dirty bastard. I'm trying to smell my good shine in it. You know what I mean? Fucking hell, nightmare living with fucking two women.
Yeah, so anyway, she said, look, go to the doc. So I did. I went to the doc, who we know anyway. He's kind of like, he's a family friend. Right. And he was like, let's examine him. He went, right, I'm going to get you in for a scan. You need to go in today. And so I went straight for a scan, and they pretty much diagnosed it immediately. They did the scan, and they were like, yeah, we can tell you it's cancer. It was that
really?
quick.
Fucking hell.
Will drop up to do fucking arse when you hear that.
Again, it was all a bit weird. It all happened so quickly. I actually came out of the room, and Reedy was sat in the waiting room.
No way.
Yeah. And I don't know whether he could tell I was in a bit of shock, but he was like, "You're right, Boundy." I was like, yeah, fine, how you doing, that sort of thing, and just kind of walked
Trying to palm it off, like.
Yeah, and went home, and obviously told the wife. She was like really upset, as you'd expect. And then the doc came round about 3 or 4 hours later, and he said, look, just to confirm it is cancer. Someone will be in touch, this is what we got to do. And from that moment onwards, in fairness, the NHS were absolutely outstanding. I can't speak more highly of them.
Yeah.
Once I was in the system, I can't remember the name of the surgeon, but he was awesome, great guy. So I was in within about 3 or 4 weeks. I was in for the op. Obviously I had all the blood tests and stuff up to it, and then I had the chemo afterwards, and then that's the end of that. So it was like have it removed, have the chemo, and then go on to the 3 monthly blood tests, and I'm now on the 6 monthly blood tests.
Right,
so it always stays in the back of your mind, because you do kind of worry about it coming back. But in fairness, testicular cancer, once it's cured, it's kind of the least likely one to come back.
Right, I see, yeah.
So, it was all a bit scary and a bit weird. It's a bit surreal.
To think that you've beaten cancer, innit? Yeah. I suppose makes you think.
I just I picked it up early, They acted really quickly, because I've heard horror stories of people having cancer. They go to get it checked and they get sent home, and then 6 months later it's spread everywhere else. You can't do anything about it. So I'm just glad my doc was on the ball.
Yeah.
They did the scans.
Literally on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the pun. And like I say, I was all the kind of stars aligned, if you like.
I had a weird one myself. I do a bit of running, like, you know, myself. So I'd been out running, not one last Christmas, it was Christmas before. I'd been out running, I'd done 10 miles, and felt great when I was doing it, no problem. Like, gets in the house, jumps in the shower, and then I felt like I needed piss. So there's a piss, and I pissed blood.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm not saying, this wasn't blood in my urine, this was blood, right? I'd obviously never seen anything like it in my life.
Yeah.
And it was like claret. I'm like, well, that can't be good, right? That's not good at all. I hadn't felt like dehydrated, nothing. I panicked. Now my first thought, say fuck all. Genuinely, my first thought that went through my head was, say fuck all, right? And then like this voice went, don't be a twat, go and tell Tina straight away, right? Because I know if I tell her, then she's going to make me do something about it. She's going to force me, even if I don't want to fucking do it. And I was like, it's my, like you say, your ass dropped out. My ass dropped out. So I come out the shower, I went downstairs, kids didn't even know, I said, Teen, explained, like, she was right, you're going to fucking doctors tomorrow. So I rang the doctors next day, obviously come fucking straight in, they give me an appointment later on in the afternoon. Had me piss in a cup again, and they can dip it, like, you know. And obviously at the time, my piss still looked like it was, you could tell it was blood in it, but it wasn't blood like I'd had the night before. So they tipped it, you got urine in it. So we're going to check your prostate, right? Now, I know all men should have their prostate checked, but for me, I'm going, oh, fuck's sake, she's going to stick her fingers up my deaf and dumb.
I don't like the sound of that. Unless Donna's got a snooker ball in her mouth with a fucking wrap around her. I don't like the sound of this at all.
So,
you know what I mean?
I had that prostate checked. She said, look, prostate, it was like a woman doctor as well. She wasn't a regular, she was a locum, like, is that what they called when they just come in or whatever? It wasn't the doctor I normally see.
Receptionist.
Yeah, right. But she was outside.
Short staff.
I'm sure she was drinking Frosty Jack. So anyway, prostate check, gone through the process. So you know now my natural reaction is I've got bladder cancer or something.
Yeah,
I got liver cancer, I got kidney cancer.
You on the internet,
I'm flipping out, don't do that, because I did that. And like the first thing that comes up is bladder cancer, and I'm like, yes, I'm gone. My head's gone. I'm in work. I'm fucking in tears. I'm like, because I'm thinking, fuck, my kids are only young. They're gonna grow up without a father. I'm going through all these emotions. I'm sure maybe you had gone through the same things as well. I was a fucking wreck. It was Christmas time as well. It was actually, I found out I had that just happen about 6 days before my birthday. We were going to Bluestone for my birthday. I'm down in Bluestone trying to be like a fucking dad, you know, going to Kingdom of the Elves, and all I'm thinking about is, fuck, am I dying? Fucking real weird time of my life, like, but like you said with the NHS, they were fucking like lightning, right? So I went for initially it was I went for blood tests. They came back fine, and then they sent me for a bladder kidney scan. So I went to Singleton Hospital. So I had to fill my blood. You know, you have to drink until your bladder's full, and they do like an ultrasound thing on the thing. And they said, look, just to let you know, Mr. Pridmore, everything looks fine from we are here. You know. But you will go to, there's a urinary, what's it called? What's the term for your bladder and all that? I can't fucking even think.
Urinary tract.
No, it's this the department. Not really got ENT, ears, nose and throat, whatever it is for all that. I can't even remember now. It's up in beneath Port Talbot Hospital. So I had to go up there. This is the bit that's going to make people, anyone who's squeamish, you may want to fast forward this bit, right?
Didn't scrape, did they?
Oh, right.
I didn't like the fucking...
Right, you
didn't
didn't like that.
the action
You
just done then.
You didn't like that movement.
Right, go on.
Trust me.
You looked like you was just pumping up a
It
football.
was fun for me as well. So I knew the caper before it was going.
Right.
That they were going to stick a camera down my jab side.
Oh, that's not for me, see. I've had a great day, Jim. I'll take the speedball.
So...
Fuck this. This sounds fucking horrific.
You know what I mean?
How many got little penis? They gonna fucking struggle to get a camera down there. They got Spielberg's fucking Trinitron down my fucking old boy, let me tell you.
So I know this because they've explained all this to me you know, you're going to have to go and have this done. Blah, blah. So...
Are you awake?
Yes, very much so.
Never.
Right. So I go up there, and they said they couldn't have been nicer, like, but obviously this had been on my head now for, I'd probably known 3 weeks I was having this fucking thing, so I'm like living with this 3 weeks, I gotta have a fucking camera down, which I say. But I did have the sort of, I was pretty sure I was okay at that point, because the blood test had come back totally fine, and I'd had this kidney and bladder ultrasound basically, that had come back totally fine. They said, don't worry, Mr. Pridmore, we're 90% sure you're going to be okay, but we have to do basically what they do, they put a camera down your jabs, right? Because it goes into your bladder, and it's a camera view of your bladder.
Yeah.
3, the consultant was a woman, and the 2 nurses were women. Right?
Fair, is it? I'd shave my pubes the night before, I'd be down to the bone, I would. I'd have one of them Swedish pumps on it.
I'm in the waiting room trying to get a bit of blood.
Yeah. Like. Don't mind me get razzle like in the waiting room with it.
So I go in, weirdest, most grim feeling, not painful, it's not painful remotely, you'd think it'd be painful, wouldn't it? But the most uncomfortably weird feeling I've ever had in my life, where there's a TV literally here right next to my head, because the consultant's here, with this camera that's like, you know, it's like micro size, it goes straight down. And she's looking at your bladder on the screen, so I'm trying to not watch what's going on down in my
and not watch
the screen at the same time. Out it can whoop, pop, and I'm like, oh my god, you know, because it doesn't even hurt, but it's just the whole process of it, like, you know.
Stick Netflix on this at least, you know.
Yeah. So
fucking hell.
I'm quite glad though, right? I'm quite glad that that's over and done with. I think, so, fuck, that's over and done with. Shall I get my trousers back up now? Oh no, we're gonna check your prostate. I just had that done a few weeks ago. Yeah, but to be fair, that was by a GP. I'm a consultant. This is my job. Like, oh great, over it goes. Fingers up the oop again.
No way.
Check it all out. But obviously, long story short, came with nothing. They actually put it down to exercise-induced blood loss.
Really?
Apparently, long distance runners, it can happen, like, you know. And obviously, I was doing a lot of long distance. I was training for the Great Welsh Marathon, is that right? Or whatever I was training for. Fuck, I can't remember. But you know, I'd gone out that day, I probably hadn't taken enough water on board, whatever, so I was like, it never happened again. And obviously I've done a lot more mileage in one sitting than 10 miles since that, like, you know.
This makes me feel a lot better for being a fat cunt. I know Moses kept on a wee, so no one's sticking their fingers up my deaf and dumb or over-exercising. So I'm fucking more than happy, thank you very much. I'll have a Chinese after this, just in case.
The feeling that I had during that period, it was probably it's hard to even remember now how long it was, because it's just went past in a blur, but let's say it was 6 weeks. Like, I was certain I was going to die.
Oh, I can imagine.
You know what I mean? And I was...
And he's a warrior anyway.
And I'm a warrior anyway. So, like, and the thing was, I didn't tell anyone about it. Like, it was like, you know, at the time, obviously my missus knew, my parents knew, and that was it, like. You know, and I'm still trying to be tidy with the boys, and with my kids. I mean, when I'm seeing Paddy and that, like, yeah, no, everything's fine, you know, drink or whatever, but I'm not going, oh, no, I'm not really, like, you know, I got this on my mind, but it was a fucking horrible time. So, like I say, anyone who's going to that, I can understand it. But the point being, don't ever let anything fucking go.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
right.
don't ever let anything go, because if you let anything go, like, we know about what happened with Chris.
Yeah,
Chris,
of course, yeah.
He let it go, and in the long run, it cost him his life. Like, with John Hartson, it really cost him his life. He's one of the luckiest men on the fucking planet. No, you went after it early. Same with me. I just went, I'm not taking a fucking chance with this. And I know now that if I come across, because my grandfather had prostate cancer, my father had prostate cancer, there's a high probability that I'm going to have prostate cancer. That's the hard thing to fucking live with. Like. But I know that I've got to go and get checked regularly. My brother, I've got to go and get checked regularly. And it's not something I look forward to. You know what I mean? It's not my thing, like, you know what I mean? But
one hour we was in Pattaya in 2001, you was paying 30 rand for that, I think. You know what I mean?
But, you know, it's something that's incredibly important, and it's not something that the people should just go, oh fuck, I'm going to leave that. Like, not in any, not with anything. If it's testicular cancer, if it's a chance of prostate cancer, then you've got to fucking...
Go to the doctor, get it to work.
It's good that it did that immediately make you think, right, down and raise some money like do some good, is that
but it kind of there was a little bit of a gap between the two from after my treatment and then getting involved with Maggie's. My wife, a couple of her sort of really good friends have been volunteers at Maggie's for a number of years.
Yeah.
So obviously Claire, she's been to a couple of like the balls or the dinners, and from that obviously discussions happened, and Alan Curtis's wife is on the board.
Oh, I see.
So.
Is Maggie's a Swansea thing?
Yeah, it's actually nationwide. It started up in Edinburgh.
Right, I see.
But there is obviously the centre in
Singleton,
right. So they were looking for a new board in terms of fundraisers.
Yeah.
And I think it was Claire that put my name forward. So they approached me and asked me if I'd come on the fundraising board.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what do I need to do? Because I don't know that many kind of wealthy people, if you like, to raise money for them. They're like, just come on, we just want ideas, you know, just raise awareness, which I'm more than happy to do that, you know. And off the back of that came all the events. And it started off with just, I think it was a Darth Manion, which is like that swamp run they do on Gower, which is this weekend actually.
What is it?
It's like a half marathon swamp run, so it's all around the coast.
Oh, amazing! Right,
there's sea dips. There's like a pig, sheep dip, and all that sort of stuff you have to run through, and then hills, all that sort of stuff. It's hard actually, but it's good fun. It's good fun. So it started off with that. The mum was duathlon, Swansea half, and that was going to be it.
Was you involved in the starting of these? Were you? The duathlon and.
No, they're regular events.
But you were just going to take part
in
it.
Just do a series of events and try raise a bit of money. But then when I was training, friends with a guy called David Martin Jewell, who's actually probably listened.
Yeah, I know Dave. I've met him a couple of times.
And he was chipping away all the time, just sort of saying, "Come on, why don't you do a marathon? Do a marathon." I'm like, no interest in doing a marathon at all. Don't think my knees will take it. Yeah, in the end, he was just selling it, and then there was a couple of other lads who'd gone out running with Jack Barmy, Andrew Eves, and I just caved in one night. I was on the internet, and he obviously mentioned the Valencia Marathon. I knew they'd already signed up, and I'm like, let's just have a look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks pretty good. Oh, bollocks, I'm just going to sign up.
Yeah, that's basically what I did with all the things I've done.
And then so from there on, it turned into another Maggie's event, and then the London Marathon got added to it, and then obviously the Arctic Trek came about as well, because we were looking for something a bit different to do. And Maggie's actually contacted me and said, look, we've got this sort of adventure type thing, you know, you like running and stuff, have a look at it, see if you're interested. So they sent over the details, and over the course of a week I was kind of like, this is just stupid, I'm not even going to consider it.
Yeah, you looked amazing.
Next day I'm sort of opening up the PDF again and again. Actually, it looks alright. And the next day, I'm like, this looks pretty good. And in the end, I was like, bollocks, I'm just signing up. And then I told the wife, by the way, I'm doing an Arctic Trek. Right. One of those type things. And it just came from there, really. So we had an amazing response. I think my own fundraising we're up to about 10 grand.
Fucking hell.
Amazing.
We've been doing it as a company as well.
Right.
So everyone else in the company's been taking part in events. And I worked it out over the course of, I think, the last 18 months. I think we're up near... We've raised about sort of 16, 17 grand between us.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Which is brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm hoping with the London Marathon, we can smash the 10 grand target, because we've only about 100 quid away from it. But, just to go on to the London Marathon quickly, a couple of my friends, Alex being one of them from Cancer, who came on the track, him and another guy, Steve James, they've both donated 500 quid if I run the marathon in a dress.
Is it
piece of piss?
So it's the dress I wore in the fancy dress over Christmas when I went to Scary Spice.
Right, I saw that photo.
So anyway, I've got to do the London Marathon in a dress.
Yeah.
So you're in 2019, London Marathon. So
right,
I got in it on the ballot, but I fucked my leg up 3 weeks before Cardiff Half. Shouldn't have run Cardiff Half, ran it anyway, made it even worse. And the day I got back from Cardiff Half, I had the letters through the door to say I got in London Marathon. So I was hoping.
First time we've ever applied.
Oh,
what a sign.
No, every other fucking runner in Swansea hates me because they've been fucking trying to get in for 10 years.
Well, I applied through the ballot and didn't get in. I got in obviously through Maggie's.
Through the charity, right. So I got in through the ballot, so I was hoping rest to bring my head back. But anyway, long story short, I've had to have loads of physio on that. I'm just back running now. So I'm up to 10k. I'm actually going out with the SVR boys on Saturday to do 10 miles.
The marathons fascinate me as a non-runner. My mate in work, we've been working together all week, Mark O'Grady, he's doing a marathon in 2 weeks' time now. Which one is it?
The Great Welsh.
Great Welsh in 2 weeks' time.
That's what I did as a first
and we were saying, we were talking in the van about how do you find time to train? And he was saying he's scaling his training right back.
Yeah,
right back. And he's hardly doing anything now. And I was thinking, fuck. It do fascinate me with all Stacey and Nick and all them boys and himself. The time and effort you've got to put in.
Well,
the thing that put me off half marathon, I was driving along, I know the half marathon is 13 miles, and I'm driving over Park Towie Bridge, and there's a sign that says Hasta Vera, 13 miles. And I'm thinking, good fucking Lord. Like, and I think, Jesus fucking Christ.
You know yourself, only the training runs are the worst runs because a lot of the time you're doing it on your own.
Yeah, I've started finding them boring because I've been running for so long. I used
Really?
to like running because I could clear my head and all that sort of stuff. But I'm actually getting to the point
What I noticed, we talked about it years it happens. Like I got injured. I was out. I was working hard, and over Christmas my grandfather died. It affected me quite badly. Like coupled on top of the fact that I couldn't run, couldn't do any exercise. I felt unfit and all this and that. But I started getting back out and I started running. And immediately feel better, like, you know what I mean?
You do, yeah.
I'm still not over the fact my grandfather's died. He's one of my best mates, like. But the actual going out, like you said, clearing your head, the running, and the finding that even though I've probably gone back 2 years in my running, this time last year I was doing what Martin's doing. I was tapering for the Great Welsh Marathon, first one I'd run. This year now I'm looking forward to running Saturday because I'm going to go for 10 miles again. I was doing 10 miles 2 years ago without blinking, like. So I've had to go back to the start, you know. But the goal is to just start again and London 2020 because I've had to withdraw from 2019 because I just nowhere near ready for it. But they let you go back in the year after, don't they? So London 2020 now is my goal, like, you know. So that is, I know it's a long way away. It's over a year away, but that's motivating me to
prepare properly then as well, can't you?
Right. So it's motivating me now. I'm excited about going out Saturday morning. I shouldn't be excited to get out of bed at 5 in the morning, mind, to go and meet the boys at 6 to go running. But I am.
Yeah, of course, it's a good thing, isn't it?
That should be my lay-in, like Saturday, chilling out, but it's not.
It's a good way to start the day though, isn't it? That's what we've been doing. We generally meet up 6:15 down by Prezzo and Mumbles and do the prom.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's a 10k during the week and then we do a long one at the weekend. And it's just a nice way to see the day. It's hard getting out of bed initially, but you feel good after.
When I was boxing, I always used to love training first thing Saturday morning. Because we'd go to the gym and spar, me and Ross Brown, and we bat the shit out of each other. But you know, I was set for the day. I was chuffed. I was so happy. And it's the same with running. I go out now. I've had some grim runs on a Saturday morning. Like, you know, when I was up in the miles in training for the Great Welsh, like I ran one morning and I did 10 miles with all the boys, Nick Fan and that. And then I went and done another 8 on my own. And you know, coming in the last 2 or 3 probably on that 8 was fucking horrendous. I hadn't done 18 before, I remember it. And I'm coming into the car park at Costa, and I was probably white as fuck. And they was all sitting in Costa, like waiting for me to come back. But you know, when I'd done it, like as horrible as I felt when I got in that car park, as soon as I saw the boys and I knew I'd done it, I was like, yeah, I fucking done that. Like, do you know what I mean? It was like an achievement thing. And then that day, I was like, world's my oyster now, like, you know what I mean? I was so, you know, you don't worry about everything, like, and that's the one good thing about running. At first I hated it. It wasn't something I ever really thought I'd enjoy. But when you see like the achievements, you know, like I ran an ultra 30 miles in September, and it was like, you know, fucking if you'd have told me a year before you would run 30 miles, it was just like, I'm not going to do that, like, you know, but you can see gains with it, like, you know.
Totally.
You know, and I got to be honest, the London Marathon, it probably, with the aches and pains that I got and the amount of time it takes out to train for something like that, probably will be the last marathon I do. I'll probably just do halves. Because
what a one to finish on.
That's a lot of my thought process. That's a lot of my thought process.
I'm doing a marathon 2 weeks time, and I won't be doing another marathon after that.
Really? What's 2 weeks time? The London one is.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent! Oh, amazing.
Yeah, last year the Great Welsh was the week before the London Marathon, so it may be the same.
Everyone keep an eye out on BBC One.
Boundy
in the dress next to a guy carrying a fridge.
That's the one.
You know?
So with the Arctic trek, what type of training was you doing with that? Because was you like jumping in a freezer and then going for a fucking 30 mile?
We headed up Pen y Fan quite a bit, just doing long walks, 5-6 hours at a time. We didn't really have any really cold weather. We just had that one snap of snow, so we literally just headed straight up.
Now you just thought, this is a perfect chance to fucking.
And we went up Pen y Fan, and it was probably one of the only days where there was no wind. It was lovely sunshine.
Yeah.
You're taking layers off even though there's snow.
Really,
It was absolutely amazing up there. So in terms of the temperature, you just couldn't do anything to get used to it. But
I suppose with the amount of clothes and layers you're wearing out there though, I suppose does that make it any easier?
The trickiest part, and this is the thing that the kind of guide, if you like, was saying even before we got there, is making sure you don't sweat, because as soon as you sweat, you're in trouble.
Really?
Because your sweat freezes and you end up.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So you have to like layer up properly. We were quite lucky in the sense the first day was not too cold.
Yeah.
We walked for about 11 hours, different depths of snow, different terrains, that kind of stuff. But the night times are horrendous.
I can imagine.
Oh, it was shocking. You're in a tent, a 2-man tent, me and Alex, who's a big lump as well.
Yeah. He's here, got calzone stuff down his pants.
They're spicy meatballs.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to be a 2-man tent. I'm literally, my head's touching the top, my feet are touching the bottom. You've got to put everything in your bag, your sleeping bag, to stop it freezing overnight.
Right.
You're sleeping with like your gloves, hand warmers, hats on, everything. It's like really, really claustrophobic. And it just got so cold, even just trying to undo the zip.
I bet, yeah.
Or anything like that.
Yeah. It's a colder wind, just couldn't imagine.
When you're tired as well, it becomes even worse, because like the second day in particular was horrible. We walked for about 10 or 11 hours, did the last 5k in just pitch black.
Yeah.
So scenery during the day and everything was awesome. But the last 5k, you're getting tired, it's pitch black, all you can see is your feet because you've got your head torch on, and you're just literally ploughing away.
No headphones in.
No.
But like that, imagine that 5k just watching your feet.
Yeah.
My head's fucking gone.
Yeah, your head is gone out.
Fucking
you're
hell.
starting to like just think, I just want to get to camp, But you know you're getting to camp to be even colder. So you weren't actually, the first night wasn't too bad because you didn't know what to expect. But the second night and the temperature really dropped at this point. It had gone down to about minus 25 or something.
Minus 25.
Yeah, and it was just horrible. So you're out of your comfort zone, aren't you?
Yeah.
But then the third night, the third day was a bit shorter, and then we stopped in one of those igloo type hotels on the last night. So it was only a 3-day trek, but it was a really good experience, amazing experience. And
Alex had it right off, because every time I see him, he was fucking pulling him. Alex was like Luke Skywalker, and he had Empire Strikes Back. Boundy was like a Todd Dog. I thought he was going to cut Boundy open and stick Alex in him, like, fucking hell. You know what I mean? All he done was fucking sit back, eating meatballs, so Boundy was pulling him along.
Do you know, I only actually signed up about 5 weeks before. We went out Christmas Eve.
He's pissed as fuck on Peroni.
Christmas Eve, we sat in Castlemare having a few Peronis and just talking about it randomly. And he said, he got a bit pissed. He said, I fancy doing that. I was like, I love this, right? So quickly emailed the bloke, said, got any spaces left? He came straight back, I've got 2 spaces. 2 spaces left, do you want to do it? And suddenly, you see the sort of reality. Let me have a think about it. So, no worries. It's only 2 more Peronis later. So, I think I'm going to sign up. So he said, send him an email back, I'm going to do it. So
straight away,
straight back. And it's like, you signed up. The next day he wakes up, he's going, I need to have a think about it now. He said, not Christmas Day, sorry, Boxing Day, we saw him. He's going, I don't know if I can do it. He said, I ain't got time to train or anything like that. And it was tough, I've signed you up. Yeah. But anyway, this guy got back to him, he spoke to him, and he went ahead with it. So he only had like 5 weeks to train.
He done really well then. He did fairness to him.
He's a good walker in fairness. He's done loads of these sort of walking challenges before.
Right.
So the only thing we were really worried about was the cold.
Yeah.
That'd be it for me.
But if anyone wanted to do it, it's an amazing.
It looked amazing.
Just
good luck fucking with it. Yeah.
The ordinary, and it takes you out of your comfort zone. You're always with the guys who look after you. The health and safety is massive.
Yeah.
Ex-Swan
dies. Castle Mario's fine.
We were actually walking across this lake, and there's this thing called overflow where the weight of the snow actually pushes the ice down, and then it comes over the top, and then it refreezes again.
Yeah.
So there was a guy on a jet ski, snowmobile, going ahead of us just to make sure it was safe. So anyway, he stopped. He's like, don't walk there, you have to go around that way. So I walked around that way straight through.
Yeah.
So like the foot's gone through, knee's gone through, you put your hand down, hand's gone through. Like soaking wet, freezing cold. Alex is just behind me, pissing himself.
Nice.
I'm there screaming like a girl. Shit, I'm going through.
Yeah.
But so that was fun.
you're worried you're going to be like Serrano Fines, like cutting
the
the
Scott of the Antarctic.
The guides came shooting up to me and they're like, has any water gone in your shoe, in your glove, anything like that? I was like, no, I don't think it did actually. And they're like, good, because if it had gone in, that's when literally you've got
your hands would freeze, I should imagine.
Yeah. But they were on it. We were laughing, right? And they were like, no, this is not funny.
It wouldn't have been funny. We'd have had to pick you up because we wouldn't have had no hands to drive up here. Huh? Jesus Christ. We'd have had to do us in Castle Martin. It wouldn't have been so bad.
Fuck. It's a great time. Great time.
Thank you so much for giving the whole fucking night up.
Yeah,
Kids
sorry
are pulling bed.
But,
No,
yeah,
fuck, no.
It's been good.
No, yeah, it's been fucking really
good.
great fun. Thank you, Matt. And I've had a really good time tonight. So
As always, easy as it comes.
Before we go, gotta say, Daniel Earl,
What a
awesome
fight,
weekend.
brilliant.
One of the
Do you
boys
see how
we had
class he
on.
looked? He put a video up on Twitter today of the first punch, like a throw.
Slip.
But he did it all fight mind.
Yeah.
I don't wear this down to him. Jason Williams, because he praised his fucking Jason up his coaching. See how many times he slipped a jab and hit him with the right hand.
Brilliant.
He did it he must have done it about 21 times. Brilliant performance.
One of the most brutal finishes I've seen.
What way is he?
A super middleweight bare knuckle.
Oh,
Yeah, it's brutal.
Exactly.
Should
It's a
see
brutal
it.
sport.
Oh,
I got back from Forest. I was coming back. I actually thought I'd missed Daniel. Got back in my house about 9:30 and sat down, started watching the boxing. It was on Sky. One of the boys said, Daniel's coming on now. Fucking great. I chucked on the other channel.
So where was it, sir?
It was in the O2 Indigo in London.
Oh, really?
So it's not the main O2 arena, it's one of the side, they've got a side arena there called the Indigo. I went up last January to watch one of the other boys fight. And it's a brutal sport, like.
Is that the ones where they got the little mitts on?
No, this is literally
bandages.
just bandage hands, like,
Yeah.
you know. Not even the mitts, like, you know. So every punch, and Daniel's about 6 foot, big boy. The boy he fought was about 6'5", monster. Right?
Ripped to fuck.
Ripped to shreds.
How's he fighting a...
Well, they were the same weight, see, because they just
Oh,
this
right,
guy's
right.
lean at 6'5",
okay,
right?
yeah.
But the finish, honest to God, it was brutal, and I spoke to Daniel. I sent Daniel a message on the Sunday saying, "Well done, mate." Blah blah. I was on Instagram. He messaged me back. He said, "Mate, I was really worried that I killed him." Because he went down. He was down for about 5 minutes. He hit him left hand, right hand, and spammed him down all the ropes. The boy went down hard, but he did get up, and he was all right after. Like, you know what I mean? It's a tough old sport. And we had Daniel on literally 2 weeks ago on the podcast, and he was brilliant. Daniel was when he was on, and we had a good time. So then he was really emotionally invested. I was like, and I said, no, Daniel a long time, but after spending like 2.5, nearly 3 hours with him and chatting like we've done tonight, I felt like even more. I was like, fucking go on, Daniel, gonna win. Like,
only problem was I nearly finished with my missus because of it. It was pay-per-view, but it was on Fantasy Channel,
Television X.
So I said to my missus, "Don't come down." I said, "I'm watching the bare knuckle." I goes out to make a sandwich. Donna goes in. Shirley from Bradford and saying, "If you want to fucking see my tits, if you want me to take the nipple tassels off, phone this number 0800." She went fucking bananas thinking I'm lying. But it was fucking Television X pay-per-view. How do I explain that? I don't know.
Still going.
Yeah.
And Bonnie Mine Rugby boys.
Oh, can't wait for that. Hey,
Bonnie
fuck
Mine.
the kids. You're not taking the kids up on that. We're on the bowling bus with Arwins and Baija. We don't give a fuck.
Bonnie Mine Rugby won the semi-final on the weekend, so they're playing in the Millennium Stadium now. I don't know what cup final it is, mate.
Who gives a fuck?
We don't give a fuck.
It's the AIC on the Piss Cup final.
Yeah, it is.
So it'd be a great day out. Imagine that Sunday in Cardiff. Especially with the bowling mine boys shitting in a tub of butter and then after eating a sandwich and that. It's going to be fucking great. I can't wait. It's going to be like a prostate exam. all the way up on the bus today.
I'd be trying, I will, shaking in a corner.
It's going to be great.
But we claiming the AIC effect for both
Oh,
of us, because
100%,
talking about it. This weekend, I think, is a Manchester Marathon. And Paul Wallow's doing it.
Oh, fair play.
And Will Taylor. So
excellent.
Good luck to those boys. If it is this week, I think it's this week, is a Manchester Marathon. So good luck to them too. Have we got anything else?
I think we're done.
Thank you to Boss Brewery again. We drunk what's left of the beers.
Yeah.
The phone call will have to go in now to them. And thank you again, Boundy. It's been a fucking absolute pleasure, mate. And fucking great old time again,
Yeah,
mate.
as always.
Big one next week again. I'm not going to say yet.
No.
We'll leave it for next week. And we are out here. Matt, do you want to say goodbye, mate?
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Nice to meet you.
Pat,
I'm done.
we're out here. Peace.
Ambition is critical.